Are my lips
Second time's a
synced?
charm.
They appear to be.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Can I skip this trailer?
Yeah.
We're gonna move on.
You're such
All
a
right.
punk ass bitch.
I mean, I feel like I've watched the beginning of that.
Man finishes
half that
one
trailer like
Japanese
14
game
times.
and he thinks he could just go back to being with the slurs and everything.
What the fuck are you talking?
Jesus.
He's like, I finished Metaphor. I don't want to see that bullshit.
I did finish.
That was supposed to be
Metaphor,
a warm up.
Yeah, that was the
okay.
whole point. He finished Metaphor. Well, he didn't.
and now I'm playing Yakuza. So give me a fucking break.
Okay. Don't use it. Don't use that gerund around me. How dare you?
All right, guys, I need y'all to let us know how everything looks and sounds, and if there's any issues.
I picked this up from Fantasy Critic and Fantasy Critic.
Yeah, you stole it from me,
Game's
you son of a
gonna
bitch.
This game's gonna.
What do you mean I stole it from you? Literally,
Yes, you did.
don't know how theft works.
You don't know how
You
theft
paid
works.
$22 for this.
And you call that theft? I call that paying for.
because
I call
Ryan
that-
put the money down first.
That sounds like capitalism, if you ask me.
You were trying to steal it for.
Capitalism
also
is
undervaluing
the problem of
it.
Society.
labor.
It would be good if we just got away with capitalism. Just
I feel like I haven't
throw it
even
out.
started 2025 yet.
And without giving too much
You
away,
have
So this game is cool.
I'll say that it's
Yeah, this is like
cool.
this is the Oberdin
Nah.
of 2025. Yeah.
Nah, this game
This is
suck.
Oberdin
This game's
meets
gonna flop.
Gone Home.
But who's making it?
It's on itself.
Oberdin makes Gone Home. Doug Bomb, duh.
Oh fuck! You know what I meant? You know what I meant to I couldn't capture footage because I didn't get home until like just a little while ago. I didn't capture any footage of Spirit of the Samurai. Fuck! I did play that.
It's okay.
I played 6
We'll let it
hours of
slide.
it, bro. 6
I'll let
hours
it
of it.
slide.
You gotta finish it.
I'm not finishing that. I finally reached that bullshit. We'll talk about it. What is this? Go fuck yourself.
You don't know what this is, Nick? For real?
I don't know.
Is this been picked up in our Fantasy Critic League?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I'll go look real quick though.
This is
this the chocolate
cozy game.
No, this is not. What is this?
It has been grabbed by one Nicholas.
What?
Nick has this on his Fantasy Critic and he didn't even recognize this. That's some embarrassing shit.
It was his
Nick.
round 5.
That's still some
Wait, what are we
embarrassing
talking
shit.
about? What are you talking about?
This
Wonder
game is
Stop.
on
This
your
is Wonder
on your
Stop.
roster.
Oh!
Did you bid on a game not knowing what it was?
No,
that must have been a heart pick.
Are you serious?
It has a
That's
release
Wonder
date
Stop,
on it. You
yeah.
should be
Nothing-
happy.
I guess I missed.
Comes
Okay,
up.
that's crazy.
Did he maybe he thought he bid on something else or like he drafted
No.
something else.
Here we go, Brad.
I
Game
don't
of
know
the
how
year,
I feel
baby,
about-
2025. Let's go.
I don't know how I feel about Haiti with a human face.
With a human face.
Wait,
Are you
Yeah.
one of those butterface people?
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Haiti. Yeah, Haiti doesn't
like
work.
everything
I'm saying
about
like I don't
your
want a human
butterface.
head at all. She's a robot. This is fucked up.
No.
She has robot physics, just
I can't.
metal
I
and
can't enjoy her swinging
gears and
fat
bolts.
naturals if she has a human face judging me.
exactly. Yo, Haiti kind of gets it though. You don't understand.
I can't believe this is a sequel to Haiti.
Haiti
the
3,
next-
dog.
That's
This is the
Haiti
third
3.
one.
Haiti.
They
is
made
three.
2 of these already.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she have a face in the second one?
No.
I gotta
Oh,
be
she had,
honest
like, a
with
robot
you.
head.
Until I don't know. Well, I guess Bloom and Rage just came out, but like you don't see many like. A lot of the video game characters you play as are very slender. You know what I mean?
And she's pretty thick. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty
She's
thick.
curvy. She's
She's
got more
thick with
all the
realistic
thickness.
body standards.
Thick with 2 C's, maybe 3 C's.
She's not thin as a rail. She's not a fucking.
Yeah.
She's not what woke. You know?
Prince played through this game. Came out recently, this month.
What is this game?
He said this shit is sick as hell. Turn your captions off, Nick.
Oh shit.
Or
Sorry.
maybe they're baked in.
No, they're not.
I gotta be honest with you, Chris Davis. I thought you did that shit on purpose. How did you not see that? How did you not see it?
Because it wasn't doing it for all the other videos. I just didn't go back and check for that shit. Like I rendered it after.
You hit publish on something you didn't check? That's crazy.
Oh, you're
I hit
fired.
publish on something you should have checked.
I did.
5 things
And I'm
you
like-
did last week, Chris Davis.
I did, and I'm like, oh, I guess Chris Davis is doing this thing now.
I get that
cares
joke,
about
Chris
the hearing
Bates.
impaired. I thought you were being. No, I'm saying I thought it was just some new shit you were doing.
Dude, I'm in.
I thought
that,
you were.
that shot made me. That shot made me perk up. What? Wait, let's back up a second.
It's
Hold
called a
on.
boner, Nick.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
Perk up? That gave you half chub? What are you talking about? Just vampires give you
He's into that
boners?
shit, man.
Remember that.
It's not.
That's True Blood
it's-
is your shit?
I've watched True Blood. I have not watched all of True Blood, but I've seen a lot of True Blood.
Think about that though. He freely offers up True Blood. Keeps the rookie a secret. You know, I feel
Wait,
like
I didn't keep the rookie a secret.
Castle. Well, what was the one you were keeping a secret?
I wasn't keeping it a secret. It was just that you were like, I was watching Bones, and then I gave you I sold you my TV, and then
of
you
course
saw
you were.
you had access to my Hulu account, and you were like dangling it in front of my face, and I was like, okay.
One day I
Let's-
had access to your Hulu account.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I regained
Damn
it.
bones.
All right, rewind this shit, Chris Davis. People need to know.
I'm not the one in control here.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, you forget. This is me.
I didn't know this demo trailer was so
So-
short. This does a demo now though.
Yeah, and we need this game to do. We need people to play this demo.
Why
This
do we
is gonna
need
be
people
the-
to play? Why do we need
The
that?
weirdest game of the year. What do you mean?
Because this
Promise
is
me.
a-
I did play the demo.
This is a NetEase published game, right?
Is it? No.
I think.
Is it? No.
Suda 51, right?
What? It has
No,
UFO
no,
catcher in it?
no. This is Promise Mascot Agency.
Yeah.
No.
I want to make certain of that.
This has a UFO
Trust
catcher
me.
machine in it?
Trust me, Chris Davis. This is from the developers of this indie dev. This is from the developers of
Oh, Paradise Killer.
Paradise Killer.
Okay.
This looks pretty rad.
Okay.
This does look red, actually. They're like, we're living in a post Pizza Tower world. You gotta make indie games that look this sick, or you're not gonna sell. And it's true.
True.
This actually looks.
It's true, and it should be that way.
Yeah, it's honestly, yeah.
This is like one of those. This is like one of those games where I'm watching it. I'm like, I'm not even entirely sure what to say about it, other than it looks pretty wild.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the thing is, like, it's not even for us. It's just this is gonna be like an Undertale like situation. I bet, you know, where it's not even.
I played Undertale.
Yeah, me too.
What? I don't even know what I'm looking at. What is this game?
Oh yeah, this looks like something for
Mindwave?
people who like Homestuck or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Homestuck?
Nick, don't.
Demo, I know.
Shut
Anybody
up.
play the demo?
Shut up.
What is Homestuck?
Don't worry about it. Nick.
Why do I feel like every week?
I don't know. Okay, that is the best I can tell you. Is I don't know. I don't know, and it scares me.
Boomer shooter?
This?
Nick, did you ever play Undertale?
No, I did not.
I grabbed these from our trailer talk Discord channel. This game looks sick though.
We have a
It's,
Trailer Talk Discord channel.
It's called
This is for
Pepperoni or something.
Pepperoni.
What?
Pastrami.
No, it's called Trailer Talk Submissions. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the name of this game.
Oh,
3 years
gotcha.
old.
Pastrami.
Pastrami on rye. Oh, I'm sorry. Peripetia.
Peripetia.
Yeah, you were
Petia.
close.
Yeah.
Pastrami Petia.
Just thinking about deli meats.
Someone should do a cured meat-based shooter. That'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Pizza Tower, dog.
Oh, is this that new? Ooh, this is from the first game from the State of Play that might talk a little bit about tonight, possibly.
I was tripping. I was listening to a podcast. Min-Max. Alana Pierce has been on Min-Max for the past month. And they were talking about this game. And this dude is Alana Pierce's boyfriend. And that's some small world.
That's
shit.
Rahul Cooley. Is that, am I saying his name right?
I know him as the dude from Midnight Mass. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else is he in? I was like, what?
He's appeared on Kinda Funny a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like he's in that circle.
Well, he's an actor.
Yes, he's an actor. No, but I mean, like he is a recurring guest on Kinda Funny. Like, so,
really?
Yeah.
Weird.
But after every death, I always come back stronger.
This is the next game from the studio that made Returnal.
So why do you think they're doing this and not just calling it Returnal 2? And why I don't like dudes as much as ladies, so why?
I mean, is this not? I mean, this looks kind of like it could be Returnal 2.
It is Returnal 2. I mean, this is the follow-up to Returnal.
It is.
They're calling it a spiritual successor.
Yeah.
But a spiritual successor is different.
No, that's not.
Is it?
Shadow of the Colossus is a spiritual successor to Eco, but it is not like a direct follow-up to Eco.
That's not true either.
What are you talking about?
A spiritual successor is like a Bloodstained is a spiritual successor to Castlevania, or Ayuden is like a spiritual successor.
Okay, well,
that's not what this is.
We're splitting hairs here. The point is, a spiritual successor is not does not directly connect to the thing that.
I don't think they use the term spiritual successor. Is what I'm saying. I think this is This is more directly related to Returnal.
The name Saros actually sounds very familiar as someone who played through Returnal, and now I'm wondering. Hold on, everybody, calm the fuck down.
George Soros.
See, like I'm looking here, and I'm not seeing anything directly attributing this to Returnal, but fuck, I don't know. Maybe it is a sequel.
The official PlayStation blog
says it's a sequel. A sequel to. All right, hold on.
No, it doesn't call it a sequel. It says, quote, the new third-person action title evolves the satisfying core gameplay introduced in Returnal.
But that also, you would use that same sentence in like a sequel to something. I don't mean it's a direct sequel. I think maybe they don't want us to know that it's like it's literally got like the same like kind of bullet patterns.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it's. I'm telling you, I think they're
trying to pull the wool over our eyes a little bit. That's cool. I'll take any kind of follow-up.
This is not a surprise. We knew about this game.
No, we knew it was coming, but I don't think we'd ever seen gameplay, right?
So
no, we have. Yeah.
So this is the.
We didn't know who was developing. So this appeared when Sega last year did like, hey, look at all these old franchises that we're doing new entries in. There was like a new Golden Axe and a new Crazy Taxi and you know they had the new Jet Set Radio game, right? Yeah. There was also like a short little clip of a Shinobi game. Then everyone was like, "Yo, what's that? What's that? That looks cool." I mean, a lot of people said a lot of those.
Dude, this looks like fucking fire.
And this is just sort of like the official reveal of it. We didn't know who was developing it back then. Now we do.
This is like Mark of the Ninja.
I don't think this is a much more straightforward action game than like Mark of the Ninja is, but it's from the people that made Streets of Rage 4. So they're pretty talented.
Excuse me.
Do you remember the Shinobi game on PS2?
That is the only Shinobi game I can recall to memory.
It's not like a. This is not like a. Pause this for a second. Shinobi's kind of like a less loved Ninja Gaiden of sorts. Like none of those games really are like so deeply loved or anything. I think Shinobi 3 is probably the most liked Shinobi game, but like it's not like a series that
Is the
I don't
one
know,
on the
scores
PS2?
incredibly well, or like
The one
has
on
a
PS2 was
passionate
not really well
fandom.
received, I don't think.
No, that's
No.
one of the more liked Shinobi games. It's more
Really?
like
But
hidden
that
gem
is
status.
no. What I'm saying is that part of the actual like
Yeah.
Shinobi series?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like a 16-bit series. You know, it's
It seems oddly coincidental to me that every time Ninja Gaiden comes out and does something new, Shinobi is right on its heels with something new
yeah.
as well.
There was a tragically bad Shinobi game on 3DS or on DS. 3DS, maybe 3DS.
I
You know
didn't
what was
play.
sick secretly? That Ninja Gaiden game on DS. That game was sick. That used
I heard
all
that,
touch
actually.
controls. That game
Yeah.
was. I played through that whole thing.
So this is
I
our
don't know,
first
Shinobi looks cool.
this is our first like longer look into Onimusha, right?
The only reason I
Yeah.
brought up that Shinobi 2002 game is because I played that and that game was sick.
I did play that. All I remember is
It's a
that like
hidden
everything.
gem for sure.
I feel
It's
like
really
I
hard to
remember
do.
that game as being like a game where like everything looked the same to me.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hard.
But like
I-
it was so fucking cool. That like it just stressed me out because like the whole thing with it was his sword like needed blood. So you
That's
had to,
right.
Like, keep killing. Like
And
so it
his
had, like, this
scarf like kept
momentum
getting
game.
longer or some shit like that. Kind of.
Yeah, it was so
Alright.
sick.
We're shifting to Onimusha mode.
So
Have y'all seen this?
I have watched
Yep.
this. I don't know, man. I'm excited and also like
Let's see if Crispy recognizes this actor. Don't spoil it.
What? There's a famous actor in this?
Just watch.
just watch, you stupid bitch.
Little red man.
Little Red. What does that mean?
It's your
Discord icon.
Calling me
camera's
that.
on.
Oh,
racist.
That's Commander Riker to you, goddammit.
But I can't. To me, it's just a little red man.
Yeah. He's wearing his Ambujitsu gear.
Swordplay is a game of strength. Winning is what matters.
This is cool. Like using the environmental shit to like look at that. He like threw that blanket over him and confused him. He started attacking other enemies. Like
It
that's
looked weird
that's-
though. Like
Is
it's a
this
little
the guy
early.
I'm supposed to...
yes.
Yes, this is the actor.
That was
The
cool.
dismemberment stuff is
Just-
really good looking.
Tell us by the end of the trailer. Maybe. At the end of the trailer, see if we figured it out. I don't know. The combat looks a little jank. I expect more from Capcom, or like it looks a little early.
I mean, it is a little early. It comes out next year, mid next year, I think.
Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Capcom usually when they reveal games, shit looks.
Oh
kind of-
no,
no.
Brad's starting to get a little janky.
Who? What?
Yeah, I'm getting a little choppy.
Ah, fuck. Is my internet shitting the bed again?
Okay, I give up.
Did you turn down the resolution of this thing? This trailer?
I can't hear you. And I think Chris Davis is frozen.
Oh, all right. Kill your stream and see if that clears it up. Kill your. Yeah, there you go. See if that fixes it.
I mean, y'all are all like super fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
Discord is showing me like a bad connection.
Where does it show you that?
Where it says video connected, video details, there's like green waves.
Where does it say that?
Well, we might have to just go ahead and call.
Where like all your camera, like
It's fine.
you know the button you hit to disconnect the call. It should be right next.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
That.
All right, I think
I see.
I think that pretty much secures the end of trailer talk this week because I don't know, man. I turned the resolution
Okay.
down.
Drop out the call and come back and come.
I am nervous about doing this. Oh my god.
Yeah. Discord might actually be.
Do we need the like nitro booster?
This is such bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a Discord connection issue. Because
Uh,
even when Nick was here, I was saying, who's hosting this channel? Is it like, does one of us host the channel? Is it like the first
Dude,
person in here?
I don't know how to interpret what you're saying when
don't
you
know.
sound like this. I can't understand anything you're saying.
Who hosts this Discord channel? Is it the last person in, first person in? How does that work?
I have no idea.
Because if so, maybe you or Chris Davis should not be the ones left here. If you are having internet issues, or maybe it's actually Chris Davis.
How would I drag it down like that?
If you're hosting the channel and you're having weird internet issues, are you having weird internet issues?
I mean,
Like,
it
who
could
hosts
be-
the call?
It could be something.
It's only happening when everyone else is having the problem too.
Yeah, I know, but who's hosting? The Discord
How am
call,
I
you know?
supposed to answer that question? I don't know who's hosting.
I'm
the
asking
call.
Chris Davis. Maybe he knows.
I think because this is like a server
drop-
voice channel. Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, he just dropped. I think
Yeah.
because this is a server
died.
channel, like it depends on whether or not the server is boosted.
The
Like, it
server
Yeah,
should
that's
be,
what I mean.
The server should be boosted.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't think any of us are hosting the call, but like if you're talking about streaming video, that should be done by a Nitro member probably.
Yeah,
Like Nick, do you have
but he
Nitro?
is. I mean, it seems better now.
we're
Maybe
currently
it was
at
a Chris
level. We're
Davis thing.
currently boosted to level 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Is that good?
According to this, that is the highest you can go.
Okay. But still, with the call, maybe like the first person ends hosting it. You know,
Maybe. I mean, if you want to try that.
Chris Davis is like in another country.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, how about this? Everybody exit the call, and then Brad, you join the call first. I don't know.
Well, you and Chris Davis dropped out, and we seem okay now. So
I'm just scared this is going to happen in the middle of trying to record, and then we're going to end up in a situation where like the podcast is going to get all
Well,
fucked up.
We'll still
seems good
be-
now. I feel like you've had trailer talk issues before, and then we get to the regular show, and we're fine. But do you want to try giving it over to Chris Davis?
I mean, I'm fine with that if he thinks his
He seems like he's having some issues, though. To be honest, like where the fuck is he?
I don't know.
How are you doing, Crispy? How is 1,000 Times Resist going?
I haven't
Fucking
started.
little red man.
All I've been playing is Yakuza and
Oh, okay, fair.
But,
We'll let it
but
slide.
I've played a lot of Yakuza. Like
You're doing it, man. I can't believe you actually just binged the rest of Like a Dragon, and now you're just like all the way in on this. What chapter are you in?
5 or 6.
Blob Lee just subscribed for 98 months.
I've already gotten
What's up, Blob?
like I already did the whole thing with Dwight.
Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight.
Why did they name him Dwight?
I don't know.
It's
so
fucked up,
weird.
dude. Dude, we'll talk about it because I've been playing Pirate Yakuza, and it's the same shit, dude.
Sure.
Fucking Jason over here. It's Koro Majima and Jason.
Yeah, Charlie, the delivery boy.
It's so
And
fucked up.
I
Dude.
like when they meet Tomizawa, and they're like, he's like, I want to call you Tomi. He's like, Tomi. And he's like, dude, no, that's not a good nickname. Just call me Tomizawa or Eric. My name is Eric. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna call you Eric. Like,
It's fucked up, dude.
I know.
Like they were telling this whole like backstory for this drunk father of like this child character. There was a major character that they were doing the backstory of in this new Yakuza game, and his name was just Jason. So they were this long exposition of Jason. I think Chris Davis is called Nick. I don't think Chris Davis should host.
That's not a good sign. That doesn't instill a lot of confidence.
Maybe he got swatted.
That's what it was. They were cutting the power to his place.
Oh.
Oh no. That's not cool. That's not funny.
Your background's pretty goated though. I feel like
All
it
right,
should be.
I just
flipped,
talked to
though.
Chris Davis, and he
Yeah.
says his internet has completely collapsed. He has one
What does
point
that
something.
mean?
He says he's down to like 100 down and like 1.2 up. So he says.
Okay, so he
it
could
sounds
call
like.
in.
Well, it sounds like maybe the call itself is only as strong as its weakest link, and that maybe now it'll be fine that he's not in the
Yeah.
call. So
Yeah.
he said he's gonna sit this one out.
But okay. I mean, are you scene set up for 3 people? though?
I can have it set up for 3 people in just a second.
Okay. He could just call in on his phone, or does his data suck out there too? Like he could do a local recording and just be on Discord on his fucking phone. Like he doesn't need to be pretty. Like he doesn't need to skip the show.
He needs to record the show.
I don't know.
No, I know he
how
can
much
do a
bandwidth
local
you need to
recording
make
and
him
be on
finish.
Discord on his phone.
I mean, do you want to call him and talk him through that? I don't know. I mean, he sounds pretty frustrated. I don't know what to tell you.
I would be if I bought a house out there and had potato internet.
Dude, with these property taxes,
Don't even get me started on property tax.
All right. I think we're down to a
Don't
3-man show. It's okay. Brad's the only one who brought games tonight to talk about it anyways.
No, that's not true.
I'm
Both
just-
of y'all have been playing other Yakuza games, so we all
yeah,
have
we're
a
gonna
lot to talk about with
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
Oh, I know.
Did Chris Davis have a game though? Did he
No,
have a game?
he did not have a game.
Didn't he?
Chris Davis is probably watching this on his phone right now. Chris Davis,
Mm.
are you in chat?
Why do I feel like
Is
Brad's
your
audio just
fucking-
shit the bed for a second? Is that just me?
Might just be.
Oh, you sound better now. I don't fucking know what's going on.
I love it
You're
when
not
there's 3 people
robotic.
on the show.
Crispy
It's a
loves it.
4-player podcast in the middle of the screen, and
And
there's 3 people on the screen, and it's like I fucking dare anybody to be paying attention to the show to point it out. There's 40 people watching.
They did it. Used to do that all the time though.
I
Like
know.
when because we were often streaming with 5 people.
Oh,
That
5
used to be
Oh, I thought this was.
that used to
I
be
know,
the
it's so
joke.
funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because Travis was pretty inconsistent. So like me, David, and Nick, it was always 3 people, and they'd be like, "I thought this was 4-player bot." That's like old lore, man.
And they all thought it was funny.
It's
So we-
classic. I think it's funny.
We started
think it's
bringing
so
other
funny.
people on just to make them leave us alone. That's why
Just to
Nolan
round
was
it
on the
out.
show.
That's how I ended up on the show.
Yeah. We just needed people. We needed to make sure we always had at
We
least
needed
4
warm
people.
bodies. We need warm bodies.
Bodies in the room is all we need.
All right. I'm going to start recording.
That's how I feel about top 10
Testing.
videos.
What?
I need bodies in the room.
You
I
need...
did
I
3.
can't just talk to my microphone about games I like. I hate it.
We all have our
That's
own.
why I don't.
That's okay.
I just
That's
turn
okay.
it.
I wish
I don't even take notes, man. I just turn on the microphone and start talking. And you
I
can tell.
wish
You can
wish
tell.
I could do that. I tried doing that once. I swear to God, I tried. Thank you, Dingle Dangle Scarecrow, for subscribing. I tried doing that, I think, last year, and it took me like 45 minutes to get like one game track where I was like, even like kind of happy with the result, and I was like, this is not sustainable.
Wait, so you were re-recording Stream of Consciousness?
I no
That
before
doesn't
I
even make sense.
before I committed to doing my usual thing, which is where I write the scripts.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm gonna try doing it the way Brad does it and see if I can pull it off, and I could not.
No, you got to be psychotic like me, and
Yeah.
you got to be okay with saying like. you can't be precious about it, but if you like, it's like streaming though, right? All you do is just talk to no one or people, It's just like
Uh-huh.
you're streaming and talking, and
Yes.
you say a lot of
Agreed.
I don't know. I like to be more prepared.
No, I like that we have a variety though, because I think if
Yes.
you did it that
Yes.
way, people would be like, "What the fuck?
It's true.
The hell's going on?" Or if I wrote something,
Oh
people
no,
would lose their
Brad
fucking
sounds like a
mind.
robot again.
'Cause
What is
I don't know
happening?
how to read.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I think
I'm
I think
looking
we
at
might be fucked tonight, guys.
Discord says video.
Everybody drop out.
Everybody's a robot. I have no idea what's happening. Fuck. God damn it.
Drop out.
Guys, I don't think we can do this tonight.
Oh.
I fucking hate this, but I don't think we can do this. Ah, God, I don't understand why this is happening. I literally have.
Is it defaulting to Nick because he's Nitro?
You can't even fucking hear me.
I can.
Crispy, you there?
You broke up.
This is so fucking dumb, guys.
Let's get
This seems okay so far. Let's see.
What are you talking about? What do you mean seems okay so far? Everybody just had to drop out
Well, I
of the
was
call.
talking to Crispy. Yeah, true.
What's the call bit rate in the chat? Okay, hold on.
That's a good question. Yeah, like we don't know much about Discord, and you young Zoomers in chat might know.
256.
Yeah, how do you?
It says it's at 256 in the channel.
256. Where is
Yes.
that setting?
I clicked on the settings for the channel itself.
Oh, okay.
We are like the highest level of boosted you can be in Discord.
So
I'm starting to think this Nitro thing is bullshit.
we're so boosted. I mean, I think there maybe there's something just going on with Discord.
I mean, it happens.
Like they're just having.
You know, Among Us 3D did come out, so.
So true.
Let me try. I'll try lowering the bit rate in the channel. What do you think I should lower it to? Like 128?
Yeah.
160?
That's like an audio bit rate, right? I mean, that's not even. That's like pretty insignificant.
I just changed it
But
to
might
160.
as
But like,
well.
here's the thing. Like, hold on. Like, how are we even gonna know? Because like it worked. It seemed to work for a while. I'm gonna go down. I'm taking it down to 128. Save.
Well,
Oh,
whatever
fuck.
happens with our Discord call,
Oh,
should
God,
we
now
get on a?
We're getting these. Okay, so like on system metrics for Discord status, it's saying like it looks like the latter half of the day, like from 3 p.m. on, the API response time is showing like these big spikes, which maybe that's kind of like what we're rolling
Yeah,
through.
probably.
Or like
We
these
need to get
weird-
on Google Meets or
Technology says that they weren't having any trouble in the Final Fantasy 14 channel.
set up a Teams call. Yeah, but they don't do cameras and shit.
I mean,
Teams?
February 24th, 2025.
well, no, I'm not doing Teams because I have no idea how that would even work with all of our
Skype?
other setups.
Skype?
Skype.
There was an incident posted today that's titled "Connections are failing,"
Yeah.
but it says it was resolved 8 hours ago, and they're currently API and give. Yeah, I don't know. I
This
don't
is
know.
fucking
It
weird.
looks like they were having some instability earlier today. And when like this is happening, it's not like I'm getting a bad signal from you.
Yeah.
The video connection status in Discord is telling me that like it's going into the red and like we're at like 600.
Where do you even look at the
MS.
video connection status?
Okay, I'm in the Discord app. I'm not in the website.
I mean, I'm in the app as well.
Okay. Where the little hang up button is, it says disconnect.
Yeah.
Next to it is noise suppression powered by Crisp, and then next to that is video connected, video details, and there's a little like cell signal symbol next to that.
I do not have any of that on my side.
Really?
Yeah.
Here. his stuff down here.
Don't.
Uh, 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 oh god. Oh god. Oh my god, we're dividing by 0.
Oh my god. I do see the red
Oh god,
thing
Brad,
now.
you sound like a
It's probably,
robot.
suggesting that.
I think
Yeah, it's red now.
I think this might be
Oh,
I think this might be something outside of our control, guys.
I have an idea. Let's pop over to the meetings channel, see if it works there.
I mean, how is that going to work with... hold on. I mean,
at like 6 ms, but
Yeah,
that's
so
what
we're
I'm saying,
green
like,
in
I think-
here.
Yeah, they all are. It's gonna.
Oh
it's
no,
the
it was
next
no, it was showing red for me, the podcast recording one.
Yeah, I mean, it was for me too when we were having problems. Like,
Oh,
but they
okay.
keep like coming in and out. It keeps going up and down. Hang on, let me go over there.
oh my god, I can't keep
Hold on just
I
a
keep changing the call setup, and then somebody drops out of the call and the whole stream breaks.
This one looks. This
Yeah,
one's
the other
working.
one's working too.
Okay. Well, so when we turn our videos on, is that when it goes poopy?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it's anything on our end. I really think it's.
Okay. Well,
I
something
definitely...
on
well I
Discord's
mean,
end.
it could be us like putting how much shit we're putting out into the ether on our Discord servers not compatible with how things are running. I don't know. Hey, let's.
I mean, here's the question. I mean, we try and do this and it fails 10 minutes in. What do we do?
I don't know.
Like,
You want to just do it a different night? I mean, we can do that, or
We
do
could. The thing is, it
no
might be
live.
be weirdly difficult for me, and I got these games here. I mean, I could always, my nights are sort of unpredictable right now.
yeah, we're doing it tonight because Tuesday was a no-go tomorrow for Brad, for sure. I mean, I can do pretty much any night this week, except for Friday night. I can't do Friday night.
We can always try again. This channel does seem to be cooler than podcast recording for now. 3 people on a call, you think maybe...
I mean, I don't mind trying and failing.
Yeah, I don't mind trying and failing. Nick, I know you do, but 2 against 1.
I mean, it just comes down to failing. Every time it fails and something goes wrong, it makes editing the podcast afterwards way harder.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
like
harder, but longer.
if it does shit the bed, then we could stop, We could not do a local recording and local recording's more state work is a better idea than relying on Twitch, right?
It feels stable right now. I guess we could why don't we just start the recording, just shoot the shit for a little bit before we start talking about impressions, see how it goes, and if we, after like 10 minutes, if we feel like it's kind of stable enough, then we actually switch.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree with all of that. I think on the first sign of failure, we stop our recording. We only do this one time. We come back, we kill all our cameras, we do audio only in Discord. You could still do footage and stuff, and we'll just go from there.
Okay.
And if it still fucks up after that, we quit.
Okay.
Deal?
Sure. Every time I look at Discord, I keep looking at Crispy Screen first because I see my face there.
It's very narcissistic of you.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. All right.
I look in your beautiful eyes first every time, Nick.
All right. It sounds like one way or the other, we're gonna be kind of shoehorned into doing like maybe a one segment show. I don't know.
The solution to all our problems, one segment.
Look.
Oh no!
Look.
You started to kind of go robot-y first.
Really?
Gophyfer just gifted somebody a tier 1 sub.
Woo!
We gotta keep going.
Yeah, that's true. Gophyfer is
We gotta
gonna
do
be
it.
like, "Fuck
We
these
gotta
guys."
do it for the people. All right, I'm recording. I don't know about y'all. Y'all recording?
I am now recording. Test.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys wanted to record.
I'm a little loud. Test.
Recording would be ideal.
Check. Test. Test.
What episode number are we on? Who knows? Who cares?
Testing.
Nobody gives a shit.
Whoa. Okay.
What?
Wow.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do a roll call, starting with Brad.
Hello.
Crispy.
Hello.
All right. Perfect. Look, 3-man show.
I am going
Easy
to start
peasy.
talking like a robot during the podcast to freak Nick out.
It'd be really terrifying if you like were talking like a robot and then it actually started like dropping in the middle of it. It's like
What?
don't. I swear to God,
About-
you don't fuck with me. I'll kill you. Oh my goodness. Hey everyone.
Let's go, man.
I'm
How much
going.
This
This is it.
sorry.
This is it. This is the show. Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to 4Player Podcast. I don't even know what episode number this is. It is February 24th, 2025. We have been live since 8 p.m. and we've had a bunch of audio, video, internet connection issues. So we're flying by the seat of our pants tonight. It's a 3-man show. I'm your host, Nick Henderson, joined by Brad Simons
Hello, Nick.
and Christopher Guthridge.
Hello.
And we don't know how this is going to go. We didn't do a show last week, so we definitely don't want to miss one this week. And we've got video games to talk about.
Yeah.
But before we get to those video games, we're going to kind of hang out. We're gonna shoot the shit for a second.
Video games, am I right?
I mean,
Midi.
sometimes it feels that way. But yeah, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. So we're gonna talk about Avowed. We're gonna talk about a new Yakuza game and an old Yakuza game.
And even an older Yakuza
And
game.
even an older Yakuza game. I have now played a handful of hours
You
of
can't
Yakuza.
use the past tense.
Why? I played it in the past. Am I wrong, Doug?
You can't say played. You say I tried a Yakuza game.
I did. I tried a Yakuza game, but it was a lot of fun. Crispy joined me on the stream on what day was that?
Dude,
remember
not really. That was last Thursday. Friday?
Time has no meaning. But yeah, it was great. It was good fun. My first time actually putting a controller in my hands and playing a Yakuza game with Crispy in the co-pilot chair, kind of walking
little
me
bit of
through
Nolan
the
too,
basics. A little bit of Nolan popped in for a little bit
Nolan
too.
joined later.
Yeah, and I think you might see more of that on the stream in the not too distant
Maybe I'll show
future.
up. It'll be like intervention style, where it's an intervention for your racism.
I hope. Yeah.
We can't make Yakuza about combating racism either.
Part of being a good ally is like keeping our own in check, right? Like we have
That's
to
true. That's true.
we have to correct
true.
Nick.
Even
Oh
Chris
my
Davis
God.
is a weird Yakuza fan.
Yeah, he
I
did.
hope, yeah, he's a weirdo.
He did
He
try to
also-
say that like my choice to start with Yakuza, like a dragon, like somehow vindicated him because he.
Yeah,
well,
he's
like, but the reality.
I think he was joking.
Starting
I
with
think he
Yakuza
was-
6.
I don't think he
He
was
was
joking.
joking.
I think his decision to start with Yakuza 6 was still a very unhinged choice.
Yeah.
There's only two right answers. I feel like it's you either start with 0 or you start with 7
One.
or 1 or 1. Yeah, 1 would make
Or
sense.
one got a remake. I mean,
But man, like 1, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong,
it-
but Yakuza
anybody
1.
who suggests 1, like if you're gonna play 1, you might as well play 0. That's the thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And also, wasn't Yakuza 1 kind of... I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, because we have talked about Yakuza a lot on this podcast over the years, but I've been an outsider on this. And from my perspective, it has always felt like Yakuza don't freak out, is a little bit like the Fast and the Furious of video game series, because like it started out with like more grounded and like You know what I mean? And then over the years, it became crazier and crazier and crazier, and now it's like pirate. You know what I mean? Now it's like pirates. We're gonna talk about pirate Yakuza tonight.
It always had silly shit. They've definitely upped the silly with Yakuza 7, and even let me think. Like they always had silly sub stories. I think Yakuza 3 actually is where it started to get like pretty.
That was for the PS3, wasn't it?
Really crazy. PS3, yeah. But I mean, it's always had weird, silly stuff.
Because I remember I was working at GameStop when we got a copy of Yakuza 1 and 2 on PS2, and I bought both of them not because I was looking for like weird, silly shit. I wasn't looking for like a Saints Row type kind of like comedy experience. I was looking for something that was more like, I was like, ooh, this looks badass. You know what I mean? And
yeah, GTA in Japan, right? That's
I mean, PS2, I was misguided. I maybe not misguided. I didn't know what I was doing.
There are podcasts where people can go back to like 2008 or some shit where I played Yakuza for the first time, and then ever since then I've been like, we got to get Yakuza 2 over here. You know, like it was because they localized that first one famously with the English voice cast, right?
Right.
And it bombed. And they're like, well, we're not going to bring any more of them over here. But it was a very successful series in Japan, so they just kept making them over there. And as an outsider, seeing this happen was like, no, you got to bring it over. And they finally did. Like Yakuza 2 came out way after Yakuza 1, I feel like. Like the PS3 was like out, and and it was out and a thing when Yakuza 2 came out in the West. And they only did it with the Japanese, which most people were okay with, because the English voice acting was famously bad in the original Yakuza. Like Michael Madsen was like fucking drunk during his recordings. Like
Madsen played.
Who was Michael Madsen? He was Shimano, I think. Or who was who? Somebody remind me in chat. Anyways,
He was like literally drunk while he was recording.
Well, he's this also in his live action films around the time, let's be honest.
Yeah.
That checks out. That checks out. I didn't necessarily mean to start the podcast and just dive straight in.
Oh yeah, what are we doing? This is the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, we did say so for the people.
Oh, we're shooting the shit.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out because we want to make sure our stream kind of stays steady before we like really delve into some of the newer stuff. Okay. We are going to talk about Avowed. We are going to talk about Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza. And maybe maybe now would be a good time to kind of like talk about that state of play because that happened. I don't know. Or do you want to just? I saw the monkey.
State of play, huh?
Brad.
What about the state of play? Sorry,
I don't know. Things there were things that were. Okay,
I thought we were shooting the shit. I thought we were going to talk about
this is
Love
me
After
shooting
Lockup
the shit.
Season 2.
Talk about
Lockups. What?
No,
what?
Love After Lockup Season 2.
Love After. Oh shit! Wow, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did end up watching all of Beast games though, like against my will.
The Beast games?
What the fuck are Beast
Mr.
games?
Beast reality.
Oh God, what the fuck?
Oh, it was bad. It was really bad.
But you did it with a smile on your face.
But there was a lot of really good drama. Like one of my favorite parts is when they get down to the final 10, they play this game where he like puts a big box with $1 million in the middle of like the area, and then he's like, okay, so in order from 1 through 10, you're all numbered 1 to 10. And in that order, you're each going to come into this room and you're going to take as much money from this box as you want. And then the next person comes in and takes as much money as they want, right? And it's $1 million. It's $1 million. So like before they all get separated, they're like, okay, the fair thing to do would be for everyone to just take $100,000, right? If everyone just takes $100,000, we're golden, right? First lady up is like professional boxer. She's like a good normal person. She's really competitive, but she's like really into just like playing fair, right? She comes in, she takes her 100,000, she leaves. Next guy in is like a fucking psycho. Is like a guy who was in jail, and like there's another amazing challenge with him earlier on that has an incredible story that I want to tell, but I'm not going to right now. The guy's a fucking psycho. He goes out there and he's like, okay, okay, okay. And they're like, do you know how much you're gonna take? And he's like, yep, I have a number. And then they're like, okay, how much are you gonna take? And he's like, $223,000
What?
because my birthday is February 23rd. And so he takes $223,000. The third guy is like the most archetypal, like coastal elite gay, like Democrat liberal that you've ever fucking met.
He
It
takes
like
$1.
in your entire life. He comes out there that like he sees that they're already off the rails on the $100,000 thing, and then he's like, well, fuck. And he's like, oh, that. And they're like, oh, how much money would it take to like pay off all your debts and to like be fine and just like not have to worry about all the money problems that you have? And he's like, I think all of my debts combined, I'd need $650,000. And they're like, okay, how much are you taking? And he's like, I'm gonna take $720,000. And and he's like, I gotta think of my family. And then he takes all the money and goes back to his room. By the way, they're all in separate bedrooms, and they literally are like given all of the cash in bulk. Like they're not just like, oh, they're given all of the cash. So like they go back to this guy's bedroom, and like
And he just has that money on
his
him?
bed is like literally just a huge pile of money around his bed. It looks like he's on his bed and he's sitting on it just going like, it is insane. It's the most like
So what is this? Who's this YouTuber called again, Crispy? I'm gonna look him up and subscribe.
Mr. Beast. Yeah, he's got great
Mr.
stuff.
Beast. Okay, shame me for Love After Lockup, but over here fucking promoting
It's so
Mr. Beast
funny.
videos.
It's so crazy. It's so good. It's so crazy.
It's so bad, it's so
Oh,
crazy,
my
it's so
God.
good.
It is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. It is absolute societal rot, and I can't wait for season 2. Like,
There it is.
I
There
really
it fucking is.
No, I'm actually, this isn't one I feel good about. You have to look at Mr. Beast a lot when you're watching this show and like see him talk and interact with people, and it
Didn't he
makes
get
my skin
canceled or
crawl.
something?
It's like, yeah, dude, he like eats people probably. I don't fucking know. Like, he's like the Antichrist. It's crazy. Like,
We need fact checkers in here.
there's something about just seeing him act like a human that makes the fucking hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Slade says his smile doesn't reach his eyes. Is that
Yeah, that's like the big meme. That's like the big meme with him. Yeah,
that's
if you look
weird
at
and
a picture of him-
unsettling.
If you look at a picture of him smiling and you cover his mouth, like it looks like the eyes.
I'm gonna be honest, guys,
Oh,
and this is
sure.
one of those things again. I think where I like out myself as
He's
someone who's not
arguably a
in
criminal.
touch.
Jack says he's a scumbag, not a criminal. That's probably true. Although, like, didn't he actually torture a guy? Like, didn't they actually just torture some dude against his will for one of their?
I'm gonna be
videos?
honest, guys. I'm looking at this guy and I've never seen this guy in my life.
Yeah, well,
This is my first time seeing Mr. Beast.
it was inevitable that you would. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god, his smile doesn't reach his eyes. What the fuck? It's like there's two parts of his face and they don't interact. Okay. Anyways, what are we talking about?
You probably eating his chocolate bar or
No, but
some
Love
shit.
After
I don't like
Lockup
chocolate.
is like, I mean, people finding real, genuine connection. And love.
It's true. It's true. Absolutely true.
Nick,
It's
you
like
should
90
watch-
Day Fiance, but with higher stakes.
I should.
It's the same kind of people. Like people who are like, oh, I know what I need in my relationship 100% total control. Let's find a prisoner.
Yeah.
Man,
And it's like, wow, these people are not.
My favorite are like
Healthy?
like there was one of those I watched where like the girl she had like a cork board with like all these different dudes, that were in prison. That
Oh,
she
yeah.
was like she had a whole system for just like working through them, and like when one of them pissed her off, she just like got rid of him and moved on to the next one. But then, of course, got like wrapped up in some drama with one of them where like she was gonna go pick him up from prison when he got out, but then like he had some other girl on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Who even picked him up. Like,
Oh yeah. There's it's
Guys, I'm over
absolute-
here. I'm over here thinking to myself that like I feel like 2025 in the world of gaming. I feel like 2025 has not even started yet, and we're spending the first 20 minutes of our episode talking about life after
A dude
lockup.
spent $900,000 on some woman in prison who, and she got out and is like, I'm just not ready to have sex. I'm celibate now. He's, this dude's in
900 how
so
do you-
much
like,
fucking
what do you
debt.
think He spent $900,000. Was he paying for her legal defense?
Legal
Did she
defense,
just
drug
drop all
habit,
that in her
phones.
campaign
She
account?
got
like,
yeah, no, literally funding her drug habit and phone.
oh.
Like it's okay. It was like $90,000.
That sounds a
Sorry,
lot
not
more
90,000.
like she just really wasn't that into him to begin with, but he was offering.
No,
to pay
of
for all of
course.
her
Like
legal
on
shit.
their end, it's all they're running scams, and on the outside, they're just like not mentally well. Maybe they're struggling. It's
It's not a healthy relationship.
yeah, it's not a healthy relationship.
That's
Damn, that's
so fun.
that's wild.
It's a good one to watch some like clips on some YouTube shorts or
Hey,
something.
look. In an effort to bring it back to video games for a second, we tried to do trailer talk a little bit before the stream. We were having some struggles. There were some trailers there that we didn't really get to. Is there anything?
No, lots of them, lots of really cool trailers.
Anything in
because there's
particular
been
there
some
you wanna-
shit. There's been some shit going on. Like
What kind?
today, even there's like the Annapurna thing, and there's the ID at Xbox stuff, and
What
State
was
of Play, and
Wait, was there?
Let's watch the Skin Deep trailer. But
Man, I
whatever.
feel like
guess
I've
we
been
did watch a couple of State of Play videos. We did kind of get there, but
I feel like I've
and,
been
you know,
so
we-
completely out of touch lately. I need to get.
yeah, I mean, you could say maybe like always.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the
Too
fuck
busy
up.
playing Metaphor, you weeb.
I
Such
finished.
a fucking weeb.
I finished Metaphor Refantasio. Unfortunately, it's too late to get the points for it, and whatever.
it's way
But
too late.
I wasn't doing it for the points, Brad.
I
was
have a
doing
feeling
it.
it wouldn't have made your top 10 list anyways.
What? Well, you don't know that. That's worth.
Did you
mentioning.
record audio for Metaphor before you had played a bunch more, or when did you record your audio?
I recorded my audio like 2 weeks ago, or something.
Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
speaking of which, because we're all over the place tonight, it's 2025. We're dragging our feet a little bit this year, but our top 10 games of the year are coming out. Those of us who made videos. Brad made 3 videos.
3 videos.
3 videos!
One of them's out.
One of them is out. Brad's top 10 games of 2024 are out. Are the other 2... They're no secret, right? I can say what they are.
Yeah, you can say what they are.
Yeah, he's also done his top 10 UFO 50 games of the year and his top 10 underappreciated games of 2024.
Those videos are a lot shorter.
Yeah. So those, I think we're staggering them a little bit. So tomorrow there'll be a video, and then Wednesday there'll be a video. On Thursday, my video, or no, maybe that's Ed's video. I don't remember.
Ed's
Ed's
video is
video, and then
tomorrow.
Friday, I think mine will be out on Friday. So yeah, end of the week, I think you'll have a good idea of where most of us fall. And then Chris Davis will be doing a video over the weekend for himself. Point is,
And then
if you're so
In
inclined,
my top 10, you have to go find some obscure post in one of the Discord channels.
maybe
The search feature.
we should post that again from the or it's,
I remember.
I think we pinned it in the Game of the Year channel. Crispy just hits us with a dope ass list and then leaves it at that. But it's in our Game of the Year channel in Discord at discord.gg/4Player.
How would you know, Nick? You didn't even finish Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. You're too busy playing Weeaboo games.
My God, you're too busy playing those waifu games.
Waifu. Who's your metaphor waifu, Nick?
Dude, that game. One thing that game does not have that Persona does have is like any kind of like, there's like no romance really happening to speak of.
Wow. You're saying you're not
Entirely.
interested in the adult women, only the high school kids?
God damn it, Brad.
You're not romantically interested in any of the.
I'm saying
adults
the
in
game.
Metaphor?
I'm saying
in
the game doesn't even have that as like it's not even a thing. It's not part of the game. But anyways, I finished Metaphor ReFantazio. Came in at just under 100 hours, like 99 hours and like some change.
and he loved every minute of it.
Not every minute. But I did spend a lot of time with that game. And
Boy, it goes down smooth, doesn't it?
wait, what?
I said it goes down smooth.
It actually does.
Are you excited about Persona 6?
I am excited about Persona 6 if they take cues from Metaphor, because this Metaphor like kind of like sands all the rough edges off of the Persona gameplay, just in terms of like.
Well, you went from Persona 3, and granted, it did have some new quality of life stuff for sure in the remake, but you went from Persona 3 to Metaphor.
Correct.
You know,
I played Persona 3 all the way through and Metaphor.
Yeah,
and I have played a good chunk of Persona 4 and 5, but like, you know, Metaphor ReFantazio is it's kind of, there's these like really smart. I mean, it all comes down to quality of life improvements, right? And like you said, the remake of 3 has some quality of life improvements, but I just feel like they did so many like really smart things with Metaphor that I feel like could benefit and make Persona just a snappier experience.
yeah.
That I hope they you know.
Well, Persona
they
5
incorporate.
right now had a lot of that stuff, honestly, but
Probably.
but you know, you're right. Speaking of,
But I'll tell you what, I
waifus?
sat down to last night at like 5 p.m. thinking that I'm gonna boot this up, I'm gonna walk through a door, and I'm gonna fight the final boss. Credits are gonna roll, and then I'm good. I finished the game, and I have the rest of the night to kind of just hang out. I finished that game at like 12:30 p.m. last night. So
was that late?
yeah, I mean, I sat down. I thought I had like an hour left, maybe, and then I had about 5.5. It just kept fucking going. Like, I finished it, and then there was like an epilogue, and they wanted me to run around and like talk to everybody again. And then I did that, and then credits rolled, and then there was like a post-credit cutscene at the same time. I was like, oh my god. And then after the cutscene, there was like, it went to black, and I was like, it's over. And then you hear a voice talking again, and I was like, oh my god, just let it end. I mean, I say that in the most respectful way possible, because it was a really good game, but like, I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. This is like the Austin Powers can't stop peeing level of hilarity happening here. So, anyways. It's
So,
over.
are you a Persona fan now?
I'm a Metaphor ReFantazio. I mean, do I not get points for having played through Persona 3? I played through Persona 3 Reload. And I thought it
No,
was
it's
great.
impressive. I've never finished a fucking Persona game. I don't even like those games. So it's like, it's impressive. You finished 2 of them in 1 year.
I don't know. I mean, here's like, I like them when I like commit to playing them.
I bought Metaphor, like, no question. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this. And I have no interest in booting that thing up. And like,
Fascinating.
Metaphor was supposed to be the one to like win me over, and it's so Persona-y. I just kind of don't.
It is
care.
very Persona-y,
I
yes.
kind of. I mean, there are things I hate about Persona, and Metaphor still does a lot of them. But whatever. Let's move on. Let's talk about Western games. You know, my style.
All right, are we doing it? Are we satisfied with the state of the stream that we can go ahead and switch to an actual game?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
not
do
saying
it.
I say actual game, like Metaphor is not an actual game. All right, Brad, tell us about Avowed. The footage. Oh no, hold on, I
Dang.
forgot. Hold on. Well, I guess I just got to fix the stream for a second. Keep talking. Just,
okay.
Just talk. Just
I played. Speaking of middling games, am I right? There's like this whole. I don't even know, right? It's so weird. The stakes are so high in the world of Western RPGs. Apparently, you know, you can't just put one out. It's got to be either like better than Baldur's Gate 3 or like as good or something. I don't know, man.
Western
This
game
whole thing has
development.
been very contentious, you know.
It's
Like,
the front line of the culture war.
yeah, I mean, where did Avowed even like? Why does that even come up with the chuds? You know,
No,
is there even anything from Avowed that's like offensive to those morons?
I think. Well, they were complaining about there being pronouns in there, but like,
Is that
I guess
true?
the pronoun thing isn't even like a thing unless you go into the menus and change the option or some shit.
Do we have
But
footage,
like,
Nick?
also, I saw people taking the angle of like, this is like a fucked up. Like, this isn't like Pillars of Eternity fans being like, this is not the Pillars of
Well, I
Eternity that I
mean,
love. Like from a lore perspective, I don't know. Like they were saying that like the dialogue and the lore in this game suck, which
well,
I
okay.
don't
So Pillars of
take.
Eternity. This is a Pillars of Eternity universe game, right? Those
Mhm.
are like CRPGs, like unvoiced, CRPGs.
Yeah.
And well, I guess there's a little bit of voice acting in those games. It's not like as much as like it's not like a Larian game. They're not fully voiced.
Right.
By the
And
way,
then
on the
there
stream
was-
right now, I don't know what's going on, but we can't see
You can't
us.
see us. Yeah.
So I
Well, whatever.
apologize. They can hear us though.
So yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know, dude. So like obviously you know how there's like people they're like with Dragon Age, it's like, oh, there's Origins fans and people don't like what the direction the series went. It became a lot more actiony, right? Like this happened like going from Pillars 1 and 2 to this, like it's not fair, but I feel like people like you can't. This is not a jump. This is just a different thing. It just happens to be in that universe, right? It's not like the new direction for the Pillars games. This is just
Right.
Avowed, which is in that universe. This is an action RPG. This is vaguely Elder Scrolls, right? Because it's this type of first-person RPG, but with
That's
with-
sick.
with fantasy, right?
Yeah.
The thing is like it's a little more like it's not one giant open world, it's like 4 open zones, right? Which some people seem like really upset about that, but I'm like so it was like Baldur's Gate. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This came out around the same time as Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is a game that people really like which
I do want to
is
talk about
fair
some
because
tonight,
it's
'cause I
a
have been
really
playing
great game. I've been playing that as well, but that's a much more like systems driven RPG. And I would say like kind of like a Bethesda game, but Bethesda games are like very like that has a lot of like simulation, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's
guards
almost
going,
like-
"What the fuck are you doing? You can't just steal shit, right?" Like that's not really a thing in this game. This is more like The Legend of Zelda, where you could just go into someone's house and like rob their chest and they won't say anything, which is also what like
80%
Mass
of
Effect
games
was
are.
like or whatever. I mean, it's not. It doesn't have those simulation elements, and I think that's throwing people off because it looks like an Elder Scrolls game because it's a first-person fantasy action RPG like those games are. So I understand those comparisons. And Outer Worlds is a game that another RPG, right, that they did in the past half decade or so, which was kind of like Fallout, but not. It was like Fallout at Home or whatever, right?
Right.
But that was much more. I can't remember. Like in that game, could you just steal something and no one cares? Like just take something off their table in front of them and they don't react? I don't know.
In Outer Wilds?
Outer Worlds.
Oh, in Outer Worlds?
They're not Fallout game.
Excuse
I
me.
feel
I don't know.
They definitely care.
I don't know. I feel like Outer Worlds is one of those games that like it's just kind of like went
We don't-
in one ear and out the other. Like I
No.
remember so little of it.
The problem with Outer Worlds is people haven't yet realized that they don't like Fallout.
Yeah.
I think they started to realize it with Starfield a little bit.
Dude,
Maybe I don't know.
I totally 100% believe that because when I played Outer Wilds, that was like the last time I think I enjoyed playing a Fallout game. Like I think after that, like
Yeah, me
I
too.
played
I didn't
that,
really
and then
like-
like 4 came out or 76 or something, and I was just like, oh no, like
Yeah.
it broke something in me.
Outer Worlds was positioned as like the fuck you Bethesda game, right? Because it came out actually shortly after Fallout 76, and everyone was like pretty like upset about Bethesda. They're like,
Yo,
fuck you, fuck
I don't
you.
want to interrupt you, but this is cool. Like
No,
what you're
that-
doing on screen right now is cool.
So yeah. So when you meet this game on its level without all the fucking baggage, the post Baldur's Gate 3 world, this came out the same month as Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and just try to, and they made a cool action RPG here that has some neat stuff. But the thing is, they started making this, I don't know, half decade ago, maybe longer, and that's and the kind of RPG that people, that was before, like, you know, that was, it came out in a world where Dragon's Dogma, or it was started development in a world where people were not looking for the kinds of things that I guess they're looking for now. Like a pre-Larian blow up world, a pre-Warhorse Studios blow up world, right? They just wanted like a BioWare game or a Bethesda game that would launch and it wouldn't run like shit. It wouldn't look like shit. It wouldn't, like, the combat wouldn't feel like shit, right? Like Velgard is similar to it in that it feels very reactionary to what fans of RPGs, Western RPGs, were wanting like half a decade ago, right? When they started the development on those games, right? And now we've decided that no, we want more like simulation stuff because Larian has been making RPGs and they're so fucking good, right?
Dude.
And now Kingdom Come Deliverance is out and it's really fucking good. And we've all decided that that's what we want. So we play Velgard and Avowed, which is kind of like addressing the issues. Like, surprise, surprise, like Velgard was probably the prettiest, like, best running, most polished, bug-free game that BioWare's ever shipped. This feels like that for Obsidian. And again, it's the kind of thing that gamers were mad about when Fallout 76 was coming out. They're like, we want single-player games that run well at launch. This does that. And it's pretty.
Man,
And
I know we said this a lot because we, you know, obviously we've talked about Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, but like how it's gotta sting a little bit. Like, maybe working on a game like this for like 5 or 6 years, and then like 2 years before you launch your game, like something like Baldur's Gate 3 drops, and then just realizing like the bar has moved up.
Yeah, but it's changed. It happened when Witcher 3 came out, right?
Yeah.
You know, like when Inquisition came out, people were like, "Yo, it won the most Game of the Year awards that year." There's a site that tracks it, over 400 sites. And then a few months later, Witcher 3 comes out, and we all decided that Inquisition was an abomination. And that's how this shit works. And it's happening now, post Baldur's Gate 3 world. It might sound like a meme, but it's real. And it just means that we want RPGs with friction. We want RPGs with simulation, you know? And this isn't really that. I will say, one of the things that they were complaining about with like Bethesda games is that the combat felt like dog shit. And here they put a lot of effort to make so that that's not the case, because the combat here feels amazing. The like, no matter whether you're using ranged or like melee or spells, that stuff looks and feels so good. They react to that shit incredibly well, and it's like punchy in a way that you never saw in an Elder Scrolls game, not even fucking close. And again, it feels like a decade plus a half decade plus request, you know, from gamers. Now it's like, who even gives a shit about combat? I'm all about, you know, Henry's dialogue with this fucking bard over here. Kingdom Come is really good. So it's weird, but like without the baggage, it's fun. Like, the combat is fun, and like I want to try all these different spells because they're cool, and like there is a lot of like elemental reactivity and stuff, which is always fun, you know. Like I found some unique ice axe which turned all my swings into like ice. They had ice elemental, so I could literally just hit water and walk across water, and shit like that is cool, right? And you know, but it's pretty light, right? It's pretty arcadey. It's not like, I'm not like solving any. Well, I mean, there's kind of like puzzles
like
and platforming.
Zelda? Like Legend of Zelda?
No, it's not like Zelda.
Well, you're talking about like the
just
systems-driven stuff from like Breath of the Wild, like the.
No. It's nowhere near as that. That's the other thing, right? Like, this game probably started development like around the time, or you know, when Breath of the Wild, like post Breath of the Wild blow up, right? For all we know,
Right.
Actually, that was a pretty long time ago. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like Larian changed things, and this isn't a reaction to that. This was a complete thought before that even happened. Baldur's Gate 3 was a last year game, or 2 years now, right?
I saw a lot of people comparing this to like Might and Magic.
Well, because the combat feels good. You're talking about Dark Messiah, right? Because like it feels good. Like, I am a wizard, I guess, right? right? You can.
I guess you are carrying a gun.
You can pick skills from other classes. So they're like, well, you need to pick a first skill. You want this magic missile, or you want this like entangled, like from the ranger tree, or do you want like a bull rush charge from the fighter tree? And I'm like, I know I'm a caster, but give me the bull rush charge, because like knocking people on their ass just feels good.
So
and
it's pretty like free form and how you like.
yeah.
build your character.
Yeah, and it's like it's pretty cheap to respec. So like if you're the kind of person who just wants to try all these different spells because they're fucking sick, that's awesome. You find grimoires in the world which have like spells attached to them, which is like and you put it in your hand, and it becomes like your offhanded weapon. And now you can cast all the spells that grimoire has without investing points into those skills. And if you have invested points into those skills, it takes it up a tier of like. You can take up the spell to the next tier, even if you haven't reached that level requirement to even get that.
Because you're holding the book.
Yes, because you're holding the book, which is cool. Because I had this like poison blast, which is kind of like whatever, right? But the tier 2 of it means it's stuns enemies as I'm doing it. And the thing about this game is like it can be difficult, and the enemies are weirdly aggressive. So like having like actual crowd control, like being able to like stop an enemy from like getting up on you is really powerful. And the fact that I was able to like just invest 1 point into the skill and then get the grimoire, and I was able, to make this spell like really powerful. And it's not like, this ain't Morrowind. This ain't it doesn't go too much deeper in terms of like build crafting. I mean, that stuff is there. But it's, it's light, right? Because this is like the tail end. This and Velgard are RPGs that came out in the tail end of we want streamlined RPGs, and you see that here. And but I don't know.
I just say that
yeah.
The Might and Magic Dark Messiah comparison struck me because kind of like what you were saying earlier, where like, yeah, I mean, it is a first person like melee and magic combat game, which is cool. And that's what was great about Dark Messiah. But also like Dark Messiah, I don't know if it was just the time that it came out or like if it was just because of what it was, but like that felt like such a low stakes thing. Like that felt like it didn't have any of that baggage. It was just like some fun, interesting game that was on Steam in like 2007 that you
also there was no like TikTok clips of Dark Messiah saying
Sweet
look at this
baby
game so
like-
lame compared to fucking Oblivion.
Yeah, I don't
Social
think we
media is
can-
ruining everything.
I don't think we can discount like the impact of just like the culture war nonsense too. That's like
it
driving
actually
a lot of this.
it actually killed Velgard, I think, in like a pretty significant way. It definitely destroyed the word of mouth, and don't underestimate the power of word of mouth. I mean, that's what helped Baldur's Gate blow up. It's just in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
It's super fucking depressing.
It is depressing, but like the thing is, they're still like fun games. Like if you just play it, it's fun. It's not Baldur's Gate 3, but it is fun. So other good things about this game are like the exploration is fun because like there's like a surprising amount of verticality. You're parkouring around like fucking Dying Light and shit, which who would have expected that in an Obsidian RPG? Not me, but it's fun to do, right? And there's even, stuff that like tweaks like your climb speed and your movement speed, and I'm like, I'm here for it. But so like it's fun to kind of like find these chests kind of in a way it was to kind of get to those chests in Velgard. This game has a lot of like similar design philosophy elements to like Velgard, but the actual like maps are like, mini open worlds, right? Like they're much more like I'm just going to walk in a direction and see what I can see. But it is fun to like, do some exploration because here's the problem. And someone called it out. Early on when I was listening to a discussion of it, this game doesn't have respawning combat encounters, which is a tragedy in a game where combat is so fun. It needs like a Zelda Blood Moon, like a Breath of the Wild Blood Moon that just shows up to like respawn all the fucking enemies because it sucks. It sucks that if you do everything on a map and let's say you've done everything on a map and you're headed to like the last quest and it's on the opposite end of the map, you're not going to encounter anything along the way if you've like cleared it out, which is crazy, right? Like there's no like dynamic.
That feels like something they're
dynamism.
gonna have to patch later because like that.
But I mean, again, that's not like a crazy thing, but not like before, like it feels crazy now, right? In a world where you go rest at bonfires and everything respawns, in a world where, you know, like a fucking, like, you know, like the blood moon, right? Or like
Right.
like a, you know, like something like a Dragon's Dogma, right? Where every encounter just feels like this unscripted shit that's just very dynamic, right? This ain't that, you know, but again, you know, it's not like we had problems with this sort of shit in like Mass Effect 3 or whatever. It's just now our standards have changed and we all just want to make long posts on social media about them. I don't know.
Do you think-
This is a very enjoyable, easy to swallow like RPG and I'm kind of fucking with it. And I
Brad,
still
do you-
like Kingdom Come.
Brad, do you think this game's an 81?
I mean, sure, why not? I mean, I do have. I mean, is it 81 bad? I don't know.
No,
Like,
no,
we're
it's
also
not,
like
God damn
fantasy
it.
critic brained, right? Fantasy critic, it's no good. But
We
like as
are-
a regular game score, that's fine, right?
We are fantasy
Right?
critic pilled here because of
Yeah.
because you know it's just
Yeah, sure, it's an 81. We don't play 81s. What's going on with the people out there?
I
don't
love
understand.
81s. You know what? I specifically love 81s, but I
even
really
love
I
71s.
prefer 74s. 74s are like the best games for me. 74s.
It's weird.
I think you like 2017 74s. I don't know if you like
Yeah, it's true.
2025 74s.
What are
Yeah, you
2017?
played like-
what are
like
2017?
34% of Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know if.
Pre-woke 74.
Yeah, it's just what it's not even woke. I don't even know what that means.
I
I,
know.
I guess I know what it means, but this ain't that. I don't think this is the thing that people want to be mad at. But then I
People have
realized they were mad at everything.
Why do people have mushrooms on their faces?
Oh, because I'm a godlike. Well, I'm a godlike, which is not like the term how it's used these days to describe. I don't know how someone's like how sick someone's Street Fighter combo was. But you know, in this world, is like it was baked into the Pillars of Eternity lore, and I guess they can't take it back. It's like pretty significant, you know, God touched, if you will,
Sure.
and they all have these
Asimov.
weird deformities. You have to choose like a deformity at the beginning of the
That's
game
cool.
for your
Yeah,
face.
they're Azamars.
Azimars? Is that like a
Yeah, those are
D&D?
like- Those are planar touched people who are touched by divine
I-
entities.
I will say they maybe so like them making a pretty like a more casual streamlined RPG in a CRPG universe where Obsidian felt like maybe they needed to prove something when they kickstarted the Pillars of Eternity universe because famously I feel like Obsidian kind of always was like playing in universes that already existed, right? With franchises that already existed. They made KOTOR 2 and Neverwinter
Fallout.
Nights 2 and Fallout New Vegas, right? Like so like I feel like when they kickstarted Pillars of Eternity, they're like, oh, we need to like, you know, we need to come up with our own shit that can like live up to all that stuff. So there's a lot of lore in the Pillars of Eternity universe, and it's very like God focused and all these crazy gods. I mean, it's like fucking Greek mythology up in this shit, but it's a lot, right? So like you get into this world and it's like you got to be ready for fucking proper nouns, man, because they just want to talk about gods and stuff. But like, you know, it's a lot, especially the main quest line. You're a god, like you're an envoy for the Adirian Empire. You come to what's going on in these crazy lands, and you're here to see what's going on. But you're also a godlike, and you don't actually know who your god is. And part of the mystery is this: you have a strange voice in your head, which is a lot like the Emperor from Baldur's Gate 3. Like you don't know who you're talking to. They're asking you to do things. They're asking you questions, and you're like, I don't know if I trust you. Like it is very much like that, and you don't know if it's your god. Or something else, and there's a big mystery that is a lot with the lore. But you know, the game still has also like cool little small moments and like side quests and stuff. But again, maybe it's not as like funny as the stuff from Kingdom Come Deliverance. I get it. But it's like still it's pretty good. I don't know. It's like 81 good. If you don't hate,
Stop bringing up the
good.
numbers. Stop it.
Well, I don't know what to
It's
tell
just
you.
good.
It's
It's
just
just good.
fun.
It's a good
I
video
like
game.
RPGs, you know. I like Baldur's Gate, I like Velgard, I like Avowed, and I like Kingdom Come.
Hey, can we
fucking sue me.
Can we talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for a second?
We can in a
Or
Let
I'm
me-
sorry,
let
are
me-
you
let me
not are
think, let
you
me
are
think.
you not ready to move on from Avowed yet? Sorry.
I'm just trying to think here. I do want to kind of complain about the loot system because it is weirdly like it's strange because everything you find is like common sword, common pistol, common like axe, and you find so many of them that you're never going to use, right? Because they expect you to break those down and use those materials um to upgrade the weapons you do like, but at the same time it's like then just put the materials in the crates and the chests instead of like giving me all these common pistols to break down. I just don't get it. But at the same time you do come across like cool unique weapons and armor and stuff, and it's like that's the stuff you're going to use and upgrade because it has like cool stat bonuses or cool effects, like like a fucking my pistol that does chain lightning and stuff on kill, like cool shit like that. So I'm never going to upgrade one of these other ones, but it's a weird tier system where like they're selling like really fancy stuff in stores, but like it costs a lot of money. And it's like, I could save up and buy that fine pistol instead of using this common pistol. But I also found this unique pistol. So why would I buy the fine one? I'm just going to like upgrade this one, I guess, because it's unique. It's a little weird, but again, it feels a lot like maybe like the upgrade system in Velgar. Like they kind of wanted to do something streamlined, but where maybe like I can tell there's probably a lot of like arguments about how some of this shit should work in terms of systems, but it's all pretty like there's nothing like complicated here. Like it's all pretty easy to figure out. Like this is a game where if you don't want to spend a shit ton of time in menus, Nick, you'll probably be just fine. But it can get difficult because there's no like level scaling. So if you wander into an area that's like higher level than you or whatever, like you're going to get fucked up. But I kind of like that. I've definitely been on my back foot with a lot of combat encounters where I felt like, man, I'm probably just under leveled or under geared for this shit. But I just kind of like stubbornly stuck it out and like ended up having like a really like cool, tense encounter because again, the combat's just sort of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Don't say 81. Don't do it.
Well, I mean, I'd say maybe it's an 82, but whatever.
God damn it.
Fine. The dialogue is certainly better than fucking Velgard, I guess. I hate that dialogue wheel. Everyone hates the dialogue wheel now, apparently, but it was introduced back in fucking Mass Effect 2 and Dragon Age 2. Y'all didn't hate it as much back then. I mean, maybe y'all did. We just didn't have TikTok back then. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Let's move on.
Before we move on, I just want to quickly apologize to everyone who's watching us live. This show is not only has been full of connectivity issues and errors and whatnot. It's also like caught me off guard here. So like that entire time we were talking, it had like the Ninja Gaiden 2 overlay over the top and stuff. And you couldn't see any of us while we were talking. So
Step aside, Team Ninja. Obsidian's the new king of action combat.
Chris Davis, if you're watching right now, maybe just consider not uploading this one to YouTube. It's going to be a hot mess. Look, one thing I wanted to talk just briefly, because like I said, I did spend a lot of time playing Metaphor Fantasio, and I finished it. And I started Yakuza. We talked a little bit about that. But I also started Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The first game of 2025, like new game of 2025 that I've played for the year. And I don't have a ton to add because, Brad, you talked about it last time we were on the show, and I'm still fairly early. But I think I'm going to love this fucking game.
It's really good.
This game is really good. And I think I've put like 6 to 8 hours somewhere in there in it, and I feel like 50% of that time, honestly, has been just me addicted to playing dice. Like
That's weird.
I can't stop gambling with dice, man.
But you sound like you're bad at it because you said you.
I mean I am bad. Well, no, it's not. I mean, it is luck of the draw. I mean, it's just like half the time it's like I'm rolling the thing, I'm rolling the dice, right, and then I'm just like, and I'm doing good, and then all of a sudden, bust. I lose all the fucking points, and I have almost no money. I have almost no money to work with in the beginning, anyways. So, but I wasn't really planning on spending that much time playing it. I was actually having a good time doing it. So
yeah. But you've been saying you've been on the struggle bus. You just feel like you can't get ahead. But like,
I'm having trouble.
Everyone's like, dude, you just wait till people aren't looking and steal all their shit.
That is what I'm gonna have to start doing, because at this point I don't know what to do, because everywhere I go, I need money to do stuff, and I have no fucking money.
You could make an honest living, you know. Just go start brewing potions and get good at that and selling, you know, your potions.
But I don't have
to
half the
to
shit that I
market.
need to brew the potions.
Yeah, Nicholas.
I don't
Well,
have half
steal
the
the ingredients and then go make some honest potions.
Yeah, what have you done to deserve
You know what?
the money, Nicholas?
I went back to the old lady that helps you in the beginning, right? Because I just happened to, like, as I was exploring the world, I just like wandered past her hut, and I was like, oh, I could rest here for the night. And I like walked in, and it was the beginning of the game when you kind of wake up in her hut. It's like, this is your bed. So I was like, oh, I have a bed in there.
My bed.
And I went and I talked to her. She's like, oh, it's nice to see you. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go use the bed. And I go into her house and I lay in the bed, and then I wake up and she's standing over the bed. She's like, what are you doing in this bed? And she basically,
Are you sure it was the right old lady?
yes, it is definitely the right old lady.
I have definitely gone back to that lady's house, and she has no problem with you sleeping in that bed.
She-
Were you in the wrong bed?
I was in the bed that she puts me in the beginning of the game when you're injured and you wake up in the bed, the same fucking bed. She did not like that I slept in her bed, and now I managed to like talk my way out of it, but she was like, I'm gonna remember this, so you're gonna have to make this up to me. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
People, I think the reason that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is popping off is because there's a lot of really clippable, funny dialogue interactions, just like with Baldur's Gate 3, like that are perfect for like a little short clip, right? Yeah. Where it's like, oh, I can't believe Henry said that with that dialogue choice or whatever. Or like, you know, if you pass this dialogue check, you're actually going to get some really funny dialogue. And that stuff is perfect for like little tiny clips. And, you know, the game can be really funny, but it's also, you know, it's also not that at times where it's just you repeatedly getting fucked up in a combat encounter because
those combat encounters are really fun, but they're also just like really intimidating early
until
on,
it's not, right? Like the game has like a balance issue where it starts off like really punishing and hard, and then it becomes like weirdly not that at all.
I'm gonna be honest. The save system in this game, which you talked about briefly, where basically you have to use a potion to save, or you can save and quit.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's
so
like,
dumb. It
is
so dumb.
See, like it's like a half committal, right? Like,
yeah.
I get what they were going. They want it to be like an ink ribbon sort of thing, right? Or
like,
or you
why?
need to
like, what is the point?
Invest money or like brew some save potions, but you can just save another way. Like they didn't commit to the bit.
But like on PC, it's especially shitty.
It breaks it.
On PC, it's especially shitty. Like I've had to do it a few times now, where I've had to, like, I guess in order to save, because one time I didn't have any save potions. I wandered through the woods picking flowers. And then I came across these bandits that were trying to like hold up some innocent folk, and I was like, "Oh, I got this!" And I like came to their aid, and this dude just walloped me in the fucking head and killed me basically, and I lost like an hour of gameplay. And I was just like, okay, so next time I did that after when I got a hold of myself, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this again. And I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna save. And then I realized I don't have a save potion. So I was like, I guess I'm saving and quitting in the middle of the woods. But on PC, saving and quitting means like exiting out of the whole fucking program. Not to the title menu. I have to close the whole fucking program and then reload the game, which is not terrible for this game. Yeah.
Save and exit closes the game?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no save and return to
on
title
PS5.
screen.
It's like instantaneous. You hit save and exit, and you're on the title screen. You hit continue. Takes a few seconds to load.
It's not terrible.
I think
it's not
the first
terrible.
game was like that on PC too.
It's just a weird.
Well, that's a little bit more of a
deterrent.
deterrent. There's no deterrent on PS5. It's just how you save.
I think it's just a weird idiosyncrasy that I don't think was necessary, because there's so many other aspects of the game. It's not like getting rid of that suddenly gets rid of like the really cool alchemy system, which is definitely not the case. Like that alchemy system is like really badass, and you have to use it for like all kinds of shit. So,
yeah,
like,
but then but it's so like you have to really invest a lot into it to like make it worth it, I think. Because otherwise it's like you're finding like those potions and stuff like all over the place. You kill a dude and he just has like a ton of shit.
You kill a dude,
And-
dude. I have killed like maybe 3 people in this.
Because this is not a
game,
combat
so-
game. This is not a game where you just walk in a direction and like run into like people, right? You know how I was saying.
When you do, it's scary. Like it's kind of like, oh fuck, this guy could destroy me.
Can you dig up graves and rob them?
Yeah. You can grave rob for sure.
Then
I
Nick,
definitely
you
did
have
some of
no
that.
excuse.
I did some of that in Avowed and in Garrus, who's my companion, Garrus.
You can grave rob in Avowed too?
Yeah, and he said, I don't think I'd be okay with that. Or he was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I just killed a bunch of grave robbers
I don't
as
know.
like a
You're
little
the
side
main
quest.
character.
As like a little side quest. I killed a bunch of grave robbers, and then I was like, oh, but there's stuff in there. And then I just started robbing the graves.
You know,
And Kai was like, yo, that ain't cool. But there's no like there's not enough systems and simulation behind
Do
the scenes
something
where
about it.
I knew it wasn't gonna really matter. But there are some, I don't know.
we
There's
can move
choices.
on. From
There's-
Kingdom Come. There is one thing I want to say, and this is just because like I'm wandering about, basically collecting like side quests and shit from various people because I need to earn money, and I'm like, well, I don't know who's gonna pay me money for some of this shit, but I need to start like filling in my quest logs, like I start doing some of this stuff and getting some money. And there's been a couple times now where I've like talked to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, go do this thing, and it's like you see the icon appear on the menu or on the map, and you can look, and it describes where you're supposed to go, and then I go to it, and I'm like, and it's usually it's tied to like an optional part of the mission or whatever, and it's not there. Like there's you go to this camp full of people. What's the term? The people, the wanderers, I can't think of the fucking word.
Romani?
The Roman.
Yeah, the Romani. Yeah, you go to the Romani camp, and this guy tells you like, "Oh yeah, this girl's missing. Why don't you go investigate her tent? It's over here, just next to the rocks behind Ashenko's tent." So I find Ashenko, and then I look around, and there's like 3 or 4 tents right in her general vicinity, and you can see the icon on the map. And I look through all of them; none of them.
There's
pop
some
off.
weird UI stuff
weird.
sometimes. Like it's so strange the way you like find out where side quest stuff is through the menu, and you got I don't know. It's pretty awkward.
All right, we can move on from that. I'll talk more about it once I've actually.
It's a cool. I mean, it's a
found
cool
my
game.
footing.
We'll
It's a
talk
cool
more about
game.
it throughout the year. Just the nature of this podcast meant I had to put that down to start other games. Like
still
another game I've been playing.
Fucking finished Stalker 2 yet either. But anyways, yeah, let's talk about Like a Dragon.
Stalker 2.
But
You
okay,
finished Metaphor before you finished Stalker 2. You fucking weeb.
Yeah.
how dare you?
Thought you liked European games.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Speaking of European games,
I thought you
how do y'all
liked
feel about
Mario.
Pirates?
Pirates
I
are cool.
have watched 5 hours of One Piece over the last 24 hours. Like,
What the
like
fuck
Mario.
is
There
this
you go.
pirate ship?
So you're
What-
ready for you're ready for Pirate Yakuza. This is Pirate
Hell yeah.
Yakuza. This is your Goro Majima. He has
You're-
amnesia, and he's a pirate
that's
now.
ridiculous.
And
Ninja?
he's carrying a rocket launcher.
So
What is
the
happening?
reason I think that
hell yeah.
this is not
Is he
like
still
this
insane?
isn't Black
Like,
Flag.
This
these are
feels
modern
like
times.
I feel like I'm watching a Saints Row game right now. Is what this feels like.
No.
Dude,
it's-
I tried to show Like a Dragon to my roommate, and he was like, "Oh, this is like Japanese Saints Row," and I just want to be like, "No, you're not getting it. It's serious, but it's also silly." Like,
yeah.
I mean, this definitely does not.
This game opens like the fucking like the title card, like the fucking opening to this game is a fucking full on musical number, like on a pirate ship musical number,
Like
like
a
no
shanty?
joke. Like I'm not saying pirates are just singing a sea shanty. It is a
like
musical
the HMS Pinafore.
number. And if there are more of those in this game, holy shit.
Gilbert and Sullivan, dude. This
Like, is this secretly a musical? That's what I want to know. Anyways, amazing, incredible. Shoe in for moment of the year if it's the only one, but I absolutely adored it. Yeah, you're Goro Majima. You have amnesia. So, like, I think the reason he wakes up on a beach with amnesia is so they could go back, right? So famously, the game where you play as Goro Majima is Yakuza 0, right? And this is when before he became like the psychopath he basically is in Yakuza 1 and the rest of the series. He basically is like a psychopath, right? Like a charming psychopath. You know,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he's an insane person. Literally insane. But in Yakuza 0, it was kind of like insane Majima, so they told like a really cool story about Majima in Yakuza 0.
It's so sick.
Yeah, right. So like, how do we get that Majima back? Because you can't just play as a psychopath for an entire game. You give him amnesia. Oh. It's the perfect way to bring back Yakuza 0 Majima. But he is also a pirate. And he has like air combos and shit now.
Yeah, what is with all the pirate ships if this takes place in the present day? Like, what is happening?
I don't think they explain it at all.
There was a machine gun mounted on the side
there
of that.
Are not. Like, you will also just like find yachts. Like 20, 25 yachts and stuff. Like, you know, merchant ships out on the waters. And they're not like pirate ships. I don't know why mine's a pirate ship. It does have like modern machine guns on it.
Also, the maneuverability of this pirate ship is insane.
It's really not that maneuverable, but it does have a drift option while you're boosting.
Case in point.
Is this a caravel?
Yeah.
Looks like.
They are rockets on the thing.
What?
It's so yeah. There's this is spin-off. There's like you're like, I'm early in the game. It's still going places. You know what Nele Island is, right? Crispy, you're playing Infinite Wealth.
What Nele?
Nele Island with the cult.
That's the island that the cult like worships.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but you know
Yeah, I just met the guy who lives there, but
yeah, so
I haven't seen the island yet.
So you wash aboard like. Wash aboard. You wash ashore. You show up. You're on a beach.
What the fuck?
And you're like, I don't know who I am. And there's people living on this little island, and they're like, well, you have this sick Yakuza tat, so you're probably Yakuza. And all these Yakuza are over on Nele Island, so you're probably like one of them. So your quest becomes, well, I should probably go here to this island. Which is, you know, a big deal in Infinite Wealth, I guess. And I just got there, so I'm not like super far in the story. And it's all about like this little town, this little tiny like village or island village where you kind of start the game and you're like meeting all those people, and you know the pirate toughs there are no match for you, right? You know, that sort of thing because you're Goro Majima. And he's like, oh, I guess I'm kind of like a badass or something because I just beat the shit out of these guys. It's funny how they're doing like amnesia or whatever. They totally do a thing where like the framing is like him telling the story too on like a throne, like a pirate throne, which is pretty fucking sick. They cut to these like
he's king of the pirates.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking sick.
He found the One Piece.
They do some shit like that. I really like that framing. And there's even a part where it's like the way they like brush over the fact that like, why does he understand them when he's in Hawaii and they're speaking English? It's even like,
by the way, I'm having a real tough time with that in the first game.
Are you playing in Japanese or English?
I'm playing in English.
Yeah.
But also like, I don't think it would be any better in Japanese as far as solving that.
In
like,
Japanese,
the only
though,
thing I
the
can
English
think of is like, Tomizawa, I guess, is just translating. Like Tomizawa and Chitose are just translating all the time. But like, I mean, I guess at a certain point, I can kind of respect them just being like, look, it's not fun to have this be a barrier. Let's just not worry about it.
Here they just wrote it off as a joke, kind of. But whatever, yeah. I'm here for it. It's just so absurd because it's a Hawaiian adventure. You're on a boat going from like island to island and stuff, and you meet this little family, and you know this boy is, you know, their father's a drunk. He's got a sister too, a sister named Moana, and their father doesn't want them to leave the island. It's just so weird shit like that. Yeah, there's a lot of Moana references maybe in this game.
That's weird.
No, I don't know. I'm just kind of early. It's fun. There's action combat because that's kind of what they're doing, right? The spin-offs are going to like stay with the action Yakuza combat. I will say it does feel a lot better than the Kiryu stuff in The Man Who Erased His Name, which was weirdly kind of clunky. This feels a lot more fluid. but I'm still early. I don't have like my gun yet, and that I know is a part of this fighting style, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do like air combos and shit. But I know it's there. Like he can just jump in the air anytime he wants, and then air dodge out of that jump, which is so unlike
As one does.
any Yakuza character's ever done. But whatever. He could also just like midair throw his swords out, and then they like boomerang style through enemies while you're like still in the air, and it's absurd. It's gonna get absurd, and I can't wait for it to get even more absurd because there are like all mini games with Yakuza, it's gonna get weirdly deep. There's like this whole like like I'm putting the people in the different like positions on my ship and stuff, and as I'm getting it, and I know because I played the demo where like I was doing like more like deeper arena battles, and they have different stats and stuff, and like they're good at certain things and not others, but also like during battles you might have to like stop driving and go down and like throw up like a smoke flare so the enemy can't see you while you're like healing people on your ship mid battle and stuff. And of course there's like boarding and you're just fucking people up Yakuza stuff. I don't know, this is wild. It's so wild, but they're so good at making these Yakuza games.
This seems really weird to me. I have never played a spin-off Yakuza unless you're talking about Zero.
No,
Does that
Zero's
count
not
as a
a
spin-off?
It's not. It's
Well,
it's a
yeah,
prequel
it's like
that
prequel.
came out later,
Sure.
but yeah.
Sure. But like, my impression has always been that like, so like the spin-offs that I'm aware of are like The Man Who Erased His Name, which kind of just seems like a Yakuza game, right? Like,
Yeah, it
maybe
is.
it's got a little more going on with the spy thing.
Yeah.
And then like the ones that are set in like feudal Japan, like Meiji era,
Yeah.
Yakuza games, which my impression of those is that like they're not nearly as like wacky as this.
No, they are. I mean, not like Yakuza 7 and 8, right? But
this
they
is just,
are
like,
they are
full-on,
have like the silly side quest stuff. Oh, you're talking about specifically Pirate Yakuza.
Well, that's what I mean. Like all these, like every Yakuza game seems to have like a pretty semi-serious like crime story base, or like in the case of the historical spin-offs, like a samurai, whatever kind of story. This is just like the main thrust of the game is wacky pirate adventure. Like,
That again, I go back to
seriously.
the Saints Row comparison. This feels very like so not taking itself seriously that it almost doesn't
like,
even feel like.
Is there anything to this? I mean, I get you can tell like a kind of lighthearted, wacky story with like serious stakes, but like, is there like?
No, it's serious. Like the main story
Yeah.
is like serious stuff, like your typical Yakuza stuff.
Is there like a crime conspiracy?
Yeah, of course. I mean, like absolutely, all that's there, right?
Like,
Where
why
like
is
there's going to be
Majima
serious
lost his
melodramatic
memory?
moments, Like I've stopped, child abuse and sexual assaults and stuff already, in the main quest. It's like I'm
But
saying,
this
like
feels
it
if they
gets
just
serious.
This feels like something like if they just made like a standalone like Sujimon game or something, where it's like the whole
No.
premise from first principles is just like ridiculous. Like, silly.
It's definitely more silly than your average stuff. But like, the man who erased his name was doing some like he had all those weird agent gadgets and stuff, and it almost seemed like out of place. It
And then
just
he
it
goes
was like,
to
oh, this
that,
would be
like,
fun. So we're gonna do
Gladiator
that.
Island and shit. Like, there's some
I think it's because you're playing as Majima, so they decided to get a little wacky with it. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, it is. A lot of my footage is like out on the ocean, but I don't think it's like as like a huge like component to the game.
I just met a chicken named Phoenix in Infinite Wealth. Is this the same chicken?
It is the same. Well,
The number of like dogs and cats and chickens you can befriend on like the fucking social media app is ridiculous.
So here you actually do like a little bit of like
I have so
farming
many
and cooking and
questions.
stuff, and I'm actually raising these animals, and they're giving me like cooking materials as I like feed them and stuff. And then a second I'll actually do like the cooking mini game, but like that's one of like the new mini games is like this weirdly fun like cooking and stuff. It is very silly and cartoonish. So much so that like I don't mind Henry watching it, even though it's like there's heat actions that are like weirdly violent because it's still a mature rated game, and Majima of course has a knife or a what is the small
Oh,
A
katana.
cutlass? Oh.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's got sabers and stuff too now, but weirdly violent. I just tell him to look away when I do like a heat action.
Look away.
But it's still a Yakuza game. I mean, I just was focused a little too much on the water stuff because that was like the weird different
That
part.
is the
That's like
unique
part
thing
of this
about this
game.
game for sure.
Well, it's one of the unique things. It's not like even the focus of the game. The focus of the game is going to be your normal like Yakuza stuff, kind of going from like story moment, like getting into brawls and.
What is this? What is this game you're playing?
I'm playing my Master System.
Like,
It's just, yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
I am so excited to play this though, but I am very far away. Like, since last time we talked, I've gotten really into Sujimon and unlocked Dondoko Island.
Oh shit!
Like, spent weeks just doing that. Like,
This. The Sujimon stuff is weirdly deep and kind of exciting because
It
like
is so
like getting rare
It's so
degenerates
weird.
or whatever. It's
like how
so good.
much of my like compared to what Sujimon were in the first game, where it was just kind of like a thing to like catalog all the different enemies in the
Like
game.
go
it
back.
wasn't
I was gonna
really
do
like
cooking.
Oh, God damn it. It's
to
going to
them
start the
making
footage
it
over again.
like a whole fucking game.
Just right
in its
click on
own
it and
right.
skim.
Sujimon. Use them
Sujimon.
to farm.
Have you actually done any of the Dondoku stuff yet?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
dude,
weird.
I've been building the island. Like, I've got like buildings all over the island and shit.
All
Like,
right. You
yeah,
start
dude.
putting your Sujimon to work on like
Yeah,
another.
I started doing the
Okay.
farm. Like, yeah.
If you
Like,
right click, you could scrub through it. I think just jump to like the last 10%.
I don't know how to. I'm not seeing anything I can scrub through.
You're in. Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know.
You right clicked on it?
On right clicking on the footage, like
Yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, and it gives me a huge menu. Where am I looking?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine.
Oh my god, this episode's such a huge mess. I'm sorry.
It's not too bad. We're fine. We can move on from Yakuza. The thing is, I've only played like 6 hours or so I'm
failed
gonna.
to live up to the standards our audience expects.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, these are my standards that I'm failing to live up
We
to.
failed
So
to live up to Nick's standards.
yeah,
I'm
I'm a tough crowd. What can I say?
Sure.
True.
You have
True.
such excellent taste too.
Damn. Where's Metaphor in your top 10? Nick? Can you like give us?
I'm
a
not
little
telling
spoiler?
you.
Can you like roughly?
No.
Can you tell
I
us
don't
where?
want to. I don't.
It's not
Why
on
does
there?
it matter, Brad? Why does it matter where it is?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, what
the
did
fuck,
it knock
dude?
off?
Why are you so precious about it?
Because I know what you're doing. You're setting me up for a fucking trap. Is what you're doing.
I don't even know what the trap is yet. I was gonna come up with it as you were telling me where the fuck it was.
I'm not going. I'm not going. You'll have to wait
Y'all-
and see. My video.
Did
will be
y'all
out
look at
later this week.
my top 10 yet?
I
if we've had
have
it-
not done it yet. I was gonna watch it tomorrow.
Oh, did you do a top 10 video? No.
Fuck you, Crispy. Fuck you.
Uh,
But yeah, it's good videos. I'm also playing some Ender Magnolia. I just kind of wanted some like.
Is that good?
I mean, it's a lot like the first game. It's got beautiful music and the combat's fun. But I just need to play more probably before I talk about it. I'm probably only like 4 hours into that. I wanted something on my. I've been like wrapping up all that like that 2023 4 stuff, and then which it was a lot of like I just I played through Lorelei and the Laser Eyes and that like I've been playing games that are just a lot, honestly, a lot, and I kind of wanted some like something that's very comfy and like not something I don't have to think about too much. And Ender Magnolia was definitely that, so I picked that up, and I've just been kind of playing that because there's other cool games that have come out, like Citizen Sleeper 2 is one that is a game that is a lot, so it's not what I wanted right now. So I'm gonna play that later this year.
I did bring footage of this, but I figured I'd at least mention it because it was part of our Fantasy Critic agreement that since I came in last place last year, my punishment, quote unquote, was that I had to stream at least 2 hours of the game, the lowest scoring game on my roster from last year.
Yeah.
So
which is literally just stolen from Easy Allies, except they have to dress up as a character from the game as well.
I'm glad we didn't go that far. I bought and played Spirit of the Samurai. And I streamed it. I'm not gonna lie. That first 2 and 3 hours, honestly, the first like 4 hours or so of the game, I was actually enjoying. Like not like loving it,
You were
but it's like
grumbling a little bit. But I
a little
remember.
bit. But like, I wasn't grumbling like this deserves a 50 score. Grumbling, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't so egregious. I was like, this actually has some cool shit going for it. It's got a really unique look. It's got a cool vibe. The combat is surprisingly challenging. Like it pushes back against you. I was enjoying myself. And I played it for a total of about 6 hours. The game's not super long. In fact, I was probably getting pretty close to like the last chapter, but I finally kind of started to like butt up against the bullshit.
What is the bullshit?
The
I've heard you
bullshit-
saying this.
The bullshit is as the game goes, they start to increase the number of like enemies that they're throwing at you at any given time, and you don't realize it earlier in the game because it's not as you're not dealing with nearly as much. But like, there's a lot of like inputs that you're like hitting that are just not registering. You don't notice them as much because like you're only facing like 1, maybe 2 enemies at a time, and it's just like you can like attack. But when you get to a point where they're like throwing something, you have like 4 or 5 guys at you, and you're like constantly trying to like dodge and block and swipe or whatever. And I'm like I'm like hitting the button to attack, and like only like 3 out of 5 of the attacks that I'm doing are actually like doing anything or registering. You just end up taking and like sometimes I hit the block button, and he does the animation doesn't even start. It's like not even it's just nothing, and like I end up just taking cheap hits because I don't know, like a certain percentage of the fucking inputs just aren't registering. So I don't know if that's necessarily what everybody else was experiencing that brought the game down, but it got to a point where I was like, this boss that I'm fighting or this enemy that I'm fighting or the sequence that I'm in it's probably not, it shouldn't be this difficult, but it is because of the fucking inputs. And
So
instead
you didn't get good. You didn't learn.
this is not a get. This is not a getting good
What's the
situation.
Sekiro? You didn't grow. You didn't learn. You didn't grow.
It's it's whatever. It's I'm glad I played it. But I decided to put it down because I am literally drowning in a sea of games that I really, really do want to play more of. Like I still haven't finished Stalker 2. I still haven't finished Star Wars Outlaws. I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 now, and I was like, I'm not going to spend like a few more hours, probably, if not more, trying to finish this game. A game that I don't even like all that much. So like I put it down.
We need smaller games.
But like, it was nice. Yeah, it was cool that it was like a smaller experience. But yeah, that's it. Maybe I could have saved that for my 4-player minute. Are we ready to wrap up the 4-player minute, or
is that where we're at?
I don't know what I mean.
Has there been any like news? I mean, there has been kind of like some news, right?
I'm all ears, Brad.
I don't fucking know. What about Fantasy Critic? Y'all want to talk about that?
I haven't even looked, dude. Because
now's the time to like not overbid on stuff because you motherfuckers are not even paying attention.
Well, dude, for
Hmm.
me, it's Dexter's over now, so I can start paying attention again to like the video game world.
Sure.
So that's kind of what's happening.
Whoa,
I'm playing catch
Anna
up a little
gameplay
bit.
trailer. Anna's gonna be in Tekken 8. I didn't know about Anna. Oh, I love Anna. Dude,
You know what did surprise me?
Right now.
Somebody in our Discord pointed this out to me, and apparently it wasn't even part of the state of play, so I don't really know where this came from. But a few weeks ago, I guess there was new footage shown of oh my god, what the fuck is the name of that game? All of a sudden, oh my god, it's the
Little
PlayStation.
Big Planet.
No, fuck. Somebody help me. It's the game, like the game, the kind of like the
Little Devil Inside.
Little Devil Inside. Thank you.
Yeah, that game is like smoke and mirrors. I don't know what the fuck that is.
There's been, dude, do you know how many games that I've like written off as smoke and mirrors that have ended up being like some of my favorite games of the past few years? Fucking Atomic Heart, Black Myth Wukong. I thought all of that shit was smoke and mirrors, and I ended up
Basically
loving
all
those
the
games.
Chud games. Which is just weirdly true though, right? You love Atomic. Wait. Harry Potter, Atomic Heart, Stellar Blade, Black Myth Wukong. What the fuck, Nick? You got something to say?
No, I don't.
You got something to say?
I don't got anything.
Wait, you're muted, Crispy.
Ah.
Nick, tell us how you feel about Sweet Baby Inc.
Oh shit! Yeah, tell us.
You can go ahead and mute yourself right back there, Chris.
Did you like did you like the Veilguard Dragon Age?
No, you fucking hated it.
What do you mean I fucking hated it? What are you talking about?
Famously, you said that's not even coming close to my top 10 list.
I mean, it wasn't. It didn't. But it's not.
I know.
If I hated
why
it,
is that, Nick?
if I hated it, I wouldn't have spent 70
Oh
hours
my
playing it.
God.
You piece of
Is it
shit.
'cause
I
you
think
did a-
you
you
don't
did
respect
a
your own time.
barf?
You,
You did a barf?
A what?
That's...
Dude, I played 30 something games last year, and I only have 10 slots. Like all I'm saying is that, like, if I had like
Dude,
Dragon Age doesn't make it into the top 10.
BioWare's like was fucking with the chuds a little bit, and I kind of respect it, right? Like there's a scene where a character misgenders Tosh and decides to do like some push-ups. She did a barv, right? A barv, as she called it, something like that. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna do some push-ups because that's fucked up, and she's my friend, right? It was Isabella from Dragon Age 2, who's like busty Isabella from Dragon Age 2. She's like, she's like a
hot pirate.
Yeah, she's a hot pirate, which is like probably like, the queen of the chuds, right? So the fact that she is the one who like was apologizing for misgendering Tosh, like that's pretty like
but she
fuck
was
you.
woke, or she was based.
Even Isabella is woke. Get fucked. It's so bad, man. It's so bad what happened to this game. It like literally, it's like people just they don't. I'm worried about a little bit about Obsidian. I don't think Avowed is setting the world on fire. Well, I don't know what metric we're supposed to measure that at, but I don't think it's like amazing.
I don't think anybody really knows what the metric is these days.
And well, they know what like the huge successes are,
right?
And I guess if it's not that, then I don't know. But like BioWare is like these are y'all still like Mass Effect, right? Like. But like the way y'all are talking about these games, I think y'all don't like Mass Effect.
What?
Like the way you're talking about RPGs right now, these people.
These people, not us.
The people who are hating on Avowed. Dude, like fucking Green Toes hit me with dishes. Like it's the story in Avowed that's not clicking with me. I'm like,
why are you whispering? We're live on the internet. What are you talking?
That's fine because I don't want them to hear. I'm like,
wait, what the fuck?
like whatever, dog. Of course, it has to be Shakespeare to be a Western RPG story these days, And then he's like, yeah, if I'm not connecting with the story, I just can't play the game these days. And the next fucking post in Discord was about how excited he is for killing Floor 3. That motherfucker. Get off TikTok, dude. Fucking bullshit.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Can't enjoy a game if he's not connecting with the story.
We do love you, Mr. Green Toes.
Yeah. Sorry, Green Toes. He's really enjoying Kingdom Come Deliverance too, as he should. It's a great video game, but it's like, come on, man. When did video game stakes become so high? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know.
I was the person. I thought I'm the one who's supposed to hate everything.
It was Gamergate.
And like, I am having a hard time finding things to hate about a lot of the video games I've been playing lately.
We've come full circle, and I love it.
It's Steve Bannon's fault.
Although I will say, Veilguard is the first Dragon Age game that did not make my top 10 list.
That's
you're done.
Wait a second. You just busted my chops for not putting it in my top 10. What the fuck about you?
60 games ahead of Dragon Age.
Yeah, but 59. But well, no, Dragon Age wasn't my number 11 either. I don't think. No, it was a really competitive year for me. I mean, the bottom line is I definitely like consider.
Fuck
it.
me though, right?
And you are just like it's woke, so it's not on my list.
What are you talking about? Holy fucking shit! Stop saying shit like that.
Can you actually tell me why you didn't like Veilguard? I mean, why?
I
didn't
didn't.
like
What do
it?
you mean I didn't like Veilguard? I
Or
played
why
it.
you were like okay, you came off of that game saying your tone was definitely like, yo, that was sort of mid. Like you almost like scoffed at the idea of it being on your top 10 list. When I brought it up, we can rewind the tape. And I'm curious, what about it was so mid?
Dude, I mean, Dragon Age in general, I just don't think has resonated with me.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you didn't even finish Inquisition. I get it. I
I didn't
That's
finish
fair.
Inquisition.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. Honestly, we don't need to talk about it. It's fair. I think going
I don't
into
think any-
like
actually, you know
Veilguard.
what?
No,
You know
like
what?
it's actually insane that BioWare was like, yeah, you can play Veilguard without having played Inquisition and the Trespasser DLC. That's literally the stupidest shit I've ever heard. They do this all the time, right? They're just trying to sell video games, but there is no way you can not play Inquisition and care about the story of Veilguard and like the central character. Like it's absolutely.
I mean, that is also
absurd.
that is probably a huge part. Yeah. I mean, I definitely did not have that connective tissue. That was probably pretty necessary to like really get the most out of that story. But also at the same time, listen, Brad, I'm thinking back. Dragon Age. There has never been a Dragon Age game that has made my top 10 list. Period.
Yeah. Not even.
I don't even
Origins,
think Origins made. I could be wrong.
I
but
mean,
I don't think Origins made my list.
I mean, I might call you out in my video.
Thanks for the warning.
No, it's mostly just because you're not the fantasy guy, and that's fine, right? You're not the fantasy guy, and that's fine. I also think you probably don't need to play Avowed. You know,
I'm probably not gonna
play
have
Outer
time.
Worlds too, right?
This is already getting to be one of those years that I can tell I'm going to have to like make some really hard decisions about what to play and what not
This
to play. And
motherfucker is like
sure,
acting like it's part of his grand design that he can't play Avowed. This motherfucker hasn't even finished Baldur's
cannot-
Gate 3. You better not play Avowed. I'll
I-
slap that shit out of your hand.
I cannot.
dare
I
you.
cannot win with this motherfucker. I just can't.
Well, I'm just saying, no one loves fantasy and has not finished Baldur's Gate.
I just finished a game that is literally all about
I know.
fantasy.
Well, you're talking about metaphor.
Metaphor, like literally,
Yeah,
they
but
shut up about
that's
like,
weeby Japanese stuff. We don't play that
Japanese
shit here.
things,
Only
it's not
you.
the same thing.
yeah.
Someone told me like, oh, look at fucking Brad, he's racist. And I'm like, oh, did I not put any Japanese games on my top 10? But I totally did. I don't even know what the comment was about. I totally put Japanese games on there. So I don't know. Maybe not enough.
I hate you both.
There's good like the truth is, I say it in my video, but like this is the first year where it's like I was sad that like probably like half a dozen games did not make my top 10 list. I was like actually saying this is fucked up. Like I felt really bad about making cuts. And one of them wasn't Rebirth. Rebirth wasn't close. I actually really liked Rebirth, but
Rebirth
I have
also.
not forgiven.
I'll
I
tell
have
you
not
this:
forgiven that game. You
Veilguard
don't like
was
Rebirth.
closer to my top 10 than Rebirth probably was.
Well, yeah, it was a Japanese game. I don't know. Rebirth has problems. What happened to David? See, we were supposed to do the damn spoiler cast.
You motherfucker.
I told him. I
Look,
told him. I was like,
I'm like sitting
finish
here,
the game and then hit us up, and he won't finish it.
It's not
Oh
happening.
man. Is Avowed a 80 to 100 hour plus game? It is if you're me. I think a normie would not spend anywhere near that much time playing Avowed.
So Brad, your list has
You just skim
zero-
through it. Shh.
No,
Don't spoil
I'm
it.
not. I'm not spoiling anything, but I will
There's
say
some
that
big
the
omissions.
percentage of Japanese games on your list is 0.05.
What?
Yeah,
You're not.
0.05.
You're not mathing it right.
I
What are you
am.
talking about?
I am.
What? Oh wait, you did. I see what you did. Fuck you.
Oh, I see. I understand. I get it now. People at home are probably like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Only 0.051% of Brad's list
That's
is
true, that's
Japanese.
true.
Everything else is Western.
That is fucking hilarious. And people listening at home are probably going to be very confused about that statement.
Yeah, Velgard didn't even make my top 50.
Top 500. Yeah.
Didn't even make my top 60.
Shit. Okay.
Game.
All right. Let's do it. Let's wrap up the show with the 4-player minute. Final thoughts of the night. We've made it.
Go Nick.
Me? What the fuck? No. What are you talking about?
Me. Me?
Yeah, it's Brad. You always go. I always go last. This is my. I'm used to this. You're up.
Fuck. Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
What's up? Oh man, Anna. Did y'all hear? Anna got. There's an Anna trailer for Tekken 8. Woo! Anna's so cool.
Who's
It's
Anna?
Nina Williams. Is Nina Williams' assassin sister?
You know,
There's like a assassin rivalry between the two. They often try to kill each other in the endings.
Sick. Have they ever succeeded?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely endings where like it ends on like Anna blows up her sister, and then it like cuts to credits. Tekken endings can be like that sometimes. But I don't. I want to watch this trailer. Anna's cool. She's like kind of like sexier, Nina. Is that true? Maybe maybe I'm projecting.
Tell me more.
She does have the zebra. I wonder if she has the zebra outfit in this one. I don't know. Does she got the zebra
Hell yeah,
dress?
bro.
I got to look at this trailer.
Hell
Tekken.
yeah.
Oh, that's sad. I don't have people to play Tekken with anymore. Or actually, I just don't have the time to play Tekken with people. Makes me sad. I don't know. I've been hearing
You've got
more
2
rumors.
sons.
I've been hearing more rumors of a Castlevania game. When is that going to happen, and what is that going to look like?
Hopefully, it looks like that sweet Shinobi game.
Dude.
But that's just an art style. That's just
I
an
know,
art
but
style.
I'm saying I want a 2D side-scrolling Castlevania that looks slick as hell like that Shinobi game. That's what
I
I
thought you were talking about the PS2 Shinobi. Well,
No, not the PS2
I
Shinobi.
mean, that's what Symphony of the Night was back then. It was
hell
like,
yeah, brother.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I'm just afraid of like who would actually make it, and
Your
know.
worst fear has already come to pass. I don't think you need to worry about it anymore.
But like there's also going to be another Bloodstained game. That's exciting. I bet there's going to be another Ayuden. There's going to be another 100 Heroes game because I think Ayuden Chronicle did pretty good. Like its max concurrent users is almost as high as Avowed. Max concurrent users on Steam. Maybe not. I don't know. That's the talk of the town. Everyone likes talking about Microsoft's failures or something. Anyways,
They suck.
yeah, fuck them. They did shut down Arcane and Tango Gameworks, which is still just so stupid. Did y'all hear about Marvel Rivals? They like shut down the Marvel Rivals.
what?
Like Western support team, like
my
all got
God.
laid off, like 300 people.
So it's not the entire team; it's the Western support team that got.
I think
closed?
NetEase is like actually gonna like go on
Yeah,
a
but
firing
NetEase-
spree.
I mean, this is like what NetEase does.
Yeah, they're
They've
not.
been- I mean, they've done this before.
Everyone thinks that like everything's hunky dory with like Japanese companies because they have like laws that protect against this sort of shit.
Yeah.
So they just can't. It doesn't look like what it does here or like in China or whatever, right? With NetEase, it just looks. Or is NetEase Japanese? I mean, Korean. Is NetEase Korean? China. Okay. Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of the Dave the Diver conglomerate. Anyways. Yeah, in Japan they like have laws against that. So instead of like firing people, they just like treat them like complete shit until they quit,
Yeah.
which is pretty horrible too. It's just I don't know, man. What were we talking about? Talking shit about Microsoft?
Yeah.
I hope that South of Midnight is good, but man, the preview coverage that came out, it's that kind of preview coverage that isn't like
You just
super
can't
positive. Which no. It's the kind of preview coverage that has a lot of like caveats and like fingers crossed, which is not what you want to see during preview coverage.
It doesn't speak for itself.
Usually preview coverage is like overly positive, right? It's like it was with Velgard and Avowed, right? When preview coverage is kind of dicey, that's when we start to worry. So, but I want to win.
Media has kind of caught on to the fact that like anything they like is immediately going to be seen by half of the player base as being ideologically corrupt. Like,
True.
so they're just trying to undersell it.
So yeah, I guess I'm done. Oh, Steam Next Fest started. Play some Next Fest demos. Oh, by the way, Monster Train 2 got announced, and they just dropped a demo on the same day. which no one
Yeah.
even knew that game was in development. They're like, oh, by the way, Monster Train 2 is coming this year, and here's a demo, which is absurd.
Brad's like living the dream.
Was it good?
Well, that's the thing. I don't have time to play that right now. Look, man, I'm in Slay the Spire 2 mode, okay? That's the only game for me until that comes out. I still play Slay the Spire every day.
Jeez, that's wild.
All right, Crispy, you're up.
All right, well, since I'm the only Monster Hunter fan on this podcast,
Oh, what the fuck?
I guess I'll mention that.
You talk about how easy the new one is?
Yeah, I'm super excited about Wilds coming
Comes out in 4 days.
Thursday night.
Or 3 days
then. Yeah, technically 4, I guess. I don't know. Who knows?
We will be talking about that next week, I'm sure,
yeah,
right?
And it's getting good reviews. And everyone says it's too easy.
I mean, it's just one of those games where it's like I literally don't care what the reviews say. It's a fucking Monster Hunter game. It's like mainstream reviews for a Monster Hunter game is the silliest thing in the world.
Also, I'm sick of people telling me that Monster Hunter games are easy when I'm like getting carded all the time.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. We know that it's going to start out easy, and then they're going to start putting out some but post game when you're doing like tempered elder dragons, and then fucking here comes Rajang. I mean, they're going to release monsters that just fuck your shit up, and then they're going to release the G rank expansion, and then that's going to have like even crazier post game monsters and that come out. It's going to get crazy. It always kind of starts like this. I will say one of the negative things I heard is that kind of a disappointing new monster roster.
Really?
Which is I don't like hearing, but for a new gen Monster Hunter, I mean that's kind of normal.
For someone like me
honestly.
who's only ever really played one core entry in the series, it probably will still seem pretty exciting to me.
So modern day Capcom does not really like to hide anything. So like most of the shit they've probably seen is probably most of the roster.
Is Oda Garrett? I don't think I've seen Oda Garrett.
I've been on Blackout, so I don't know. Ooh, I would love for Oda Garrett to come back.
Oda Garrett's sick.
He wasn't wasn't in Rise, right? At all.
No, he wasn't. And his armor was like my favorite in fucking World. That was
fucking weeb. You're a weeb.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was so cool.
By the way, we didn't say it. We never said who that actor in Onimusha was, right?
Oh yeah, who is that? I didn't recognize him.
What is the game called?
Using face and voice?
Way of the Samurai. It's Onimusha 4 or
Way of the Sword.
Way of the Sword.
Yeah.
That is
so it is a Kurosawa actor. It's Toshiro Mifune.
Shut the fuck up. What are you
they've done this before. In Onimusha 2, they also used like an old dead Japanese actor as the main character.
Toshiro Mifune, like the single most famous Japanese actor in history.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a recreation of Toshiro Mifune.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't see it. Second of all, that is fucking ghoulish.
But again, there's like precedent for this series doing that.
Well, I know they've had like.
I think it's weirder now in this post AI like.
Is it like
world.
Vincent Castle in one of these games, or gonna be in one of these games?
In Onimusha? No, you're probably thinking of in Onimusha 3.
Yeah, the guy from Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
I know.
Jean Reno.
Yeah, Jean Reno. Am I making up the Vincent Castle thing?
I've never heard the Vincent Castle thing.
Of that new? Oh, I might be thinking of that new fucking what's his face movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Fucking Videodrome guy.
All right.
God, you guys are killing
While
me.
you think about that, should I do my 4-player minute?
I guess.
What did you say? Videodrome? Cronenberg?
Yeah, Cronenberg. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Movie stars Vincent Castle. David Cronenberg. God, I hate
the lesser Cronenberg these days.
Yeah. I don't know that new one. It's called Shrouds. It looks.
I didn't see Shrouds. I don't know what that is.
It's not out yet, but it looks fucked up.
Snow Possessors. Wait, is that David? Wait.
Yeah, David Cronenberg.
Okay.
All right, real quick.
Star Trek. He was like a character, like played a character in Star Trek and played a surprising character in Star Trek that was actually a pretty deep cut. Like, pretty weird. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
My 4-player minute starts now. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Yakuza because, man, I've been just kind of been sitting on the sidelines for like the entirety of this podcast, hearing y'all talk about Yakuza. And I'm going to be honest, it's been one of those things where it's like I've never really kind of understood the appeal, I guess. And it certainly didn't strike me as a game I'd really get into. But I was like, at some point, I'm going to have to try it. Going to have to play it. I can't continue. I either got to...
When we start playing again, Nick is going to be going into the Omi Alliance headquarters.
Wow, Nick. Look at you. You're finishing Metaphor, now you're playing Yakuza.
And
You're like Ed Norton in
about
American
that.
History X. You know, you made a black friend in prison, and now you're just playing all the Japanese games.
God damn it.
That movie
Converted to Islam.
I used to think that movie was good. That movie sucks.
Oh
American History X, yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Yakuza, I still am not convinced that, like, all the games in the Yakuza series are going to be for me. But I can see myself really enjoying Like a Dragon. I can see myself probably going on to enjoy Infinite Wealth. And it's also turning me on just to kind of the general, like, design philosophy of the series. And it makes me think about, like, some of the other... There's that... What's that? I forgot what it's called. There's a new game coming out that's... I don't know if it's from the Yakuza team, but it certainly looks like it's inspired by Yakuza.
Their new series.
You're talking about that American show.
No. He's talking about the new RGG game.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
The one that was... it was
Project
like,
Century.
The Keeleys.
Project Century.
Yeah,
Thank you, Farrakhan.
it's just called Project Century right now, but it's like... It's like old timey.
Yeah, and it looks more like a period piece, but it and maybe a little more serious. I think I'm not
1915 Japan.
I thought you were gonna say that. What is it, like Show America?
No, that's
no.
I don't know the fuck that.
But-
That one's crazy.
My point is, I'm really enjoying the story of Like a Dragon so far. Like, I'm on the hook. Like, I'm into it. And I'm gonna see how that carries me through, maybe to Infinite Wealth. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm at the very least kind of like interested in the series on that level, and I'm gonna see where that takes me because Project Century also has my attention. So, yeah, but the stream that we did last week that Crispy joined me for was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to do more of those kinds of streams. I'm gonna be playing some off the stream, but I would also like to do more streams like that where Crispy and Nolan and Brad and pretty much anyone here on the staff wants to jump in if you so inclined. Jump in and hang out, and as I kind of experience it for the first time, it was a lot of fun. So
we're also going to be we're going to be doing some Monster Hunter.
We are
together, right?
We are going to be doing some Monster Hunter together. I am sure of it. So yeah, I think March is going to be kind of a fun month for streams for us. So keep your eyes peeled.
Getting Monster Hunter on
PC.
It is crossplay though, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm in PS5.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, my thank you for the week goes to Kenton, who sent me his 3060. I finally have a graphics card with DLSS, which is good because I have an 8-year-old PC.
You're
and
unstoppable.
it's certainly helping.
Your graphics card was a
1080, which again, 1080 to a 360 is not like a huge power jump. It's almost like a lateral move, but the thing is it has DLSS. Well, I mean, yeah, because the 6. I mean, you don't. I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't talk about that nerd shit.
I'm not going to explain it to you, but it is a little boost, and it has DLSS. So that's
a coworker was talking to me about the 5080, and he was like I was telling him about, I was like, I'm thinking about upgrading, but I was like, I would love to get like a 4080 or a 4090 or something, but those are apparently like, they're not in production anymore, I guess. So if you want to buy one, you have to buy them secondhand, and those are fucking expensive, way more expensive than more money than I want to spend on them. And then he was like telling me like, I heard Best Buy is gonna be dropping some 5080s today. He's like, you should check it out. And I was like, I wasn't planning on buying a 5080. And then he sent me the link. He's like, they're here, go, go, go. And for a hot second, I clicked add to cart on a 5080. I was like, and it put me in the queue. It put me in the queue, and I was, I think it was, $12.99 or something.
Fucking absurd.
I wasn't going
You
to.
almost got peer pressured into
Fuck
paying
No.
PC dude.
I added it to cart, but I was like, I'm gonna have to if it goes through, like if it drops me out of this queue and it's in my cart, I'm gonna have to make a decision, either do it or don't do it. And luckily, by the time it got to me, it was like sold out. So
I would be homeless if I did that.
That's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
I didn't
Well,
do
thank
it.
you, Kenton.
I
Thank you,
did do it.
Kenton.
Yeah, thank you, Kenton. That's pretty
DLSS,
fantastic.
come
What a
on.
nice guy. Did he give you a friendly price?
Kenton?
Yeah.
Oh no, he just sent it to me.
What?
Yeah, he upgraded. He upgraded.
God.
Crispy.
Yeah, no. He's,
Oh my God, Crispy.
I paid for shipping. He gave me the real homie discount, Nick. Although to be fair, Nick, what do you have? What do you?
I have a
you have like
3070 Ti.
You have a 30. So a 3070 Ti is significantly better than a 3060. But so Nick would have certainly charged me something for that. But you know, Kenton's. I mean, me and Kenton go way back. This Nick guy.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess.
What the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
He had already upgraded, so he already.
Yeah, I don't have anything yet.
You're trying to make some money.
Believe
to
me,
buy
if I
your
had-
overpriced
if I had-
graphics card. PC gaming is fucked right
If
now.
I had bought
if you're trying to buy new stuff,
If I had bought the 5080 on a whim, you're goddamn right I'd be asking you for some money for my 3070 because I'm gonna need to make up some of that cash. Anyways,
I didn't need it because my PC's old. You know.
all right,
it's processor.
we did a one segment show, so let's go ahead and it's getting a little long in the tooth here. So let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys.
Let's do the
Again,
4-player minute.
if you're watching us live, I apologize for the state of the stream, but thanks for sticking with us anyways. I'm sure next week will be better. Fingers crossed. But next week we will be talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, among other things. So again, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not in our Discord, we'd love to have you. You can find us at discord.gg/4player. And of course, you can subscribe to our show anywhere podcasts are available. And we will see y'all on Discord, and we'll be back next week. Probably back to our usual Tuesday night recording schedule, but we'll keep y'all posted. But in the meantime, guys, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.
How long is y'all's?
Pray for Chris Davis. I don't know. An hour 45?
Okay.
When you say it like that, it makes me really nervous.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Oh
well,
my God.
I got an hour and 28. So
Oh my
I mean, I
fucking
probably
Christ.
was rolling for a while before we started.
the first 10 minutes I lost, but everything after that's fine. Hey,
What does that do for me? Like, that just, like, how?
well, you just take 10 minutes of audio from the stream and
I
then,
know. Fuck.
I know. So it is a 2-segment show. Sorry, Nick.
God.
What is the podcast number?
826.
826.
How does that even happen? Okay.
Audacity.
Hey, mine's good, Nick.
But you knew it. You must have known it at the beginning of the
No,
show.
I know, but I'm like 2 monitors over here, so I didn't notice until 10 minutes in.
And you just kept it to yourself until the very end.
Well, yeah, I don't want to like, you know,
We were on a roll.
yeah, I don't want to upset you mid podcast. So I took care of it. But hey, I got like an hour and a half. Perfect. Also, you know, that first 10 minutes was kind of bullshit anyways. I mean, the fuck.
Yeah. Dude, I finally watched an episode of Next Generation that revolved around
Yeah.
Deanna Troy's mother that, like, I didn't hate.
Oh.
She's a recurring character on the show, and all of her episodes, like, I don't know. I have a hard time sitting through them. She's so overbearing. But then there was a good one. That's great.
Then there was a good one.
The worst
was
part
one.
of these motherfuckers like Skylar and Green Toast have been like, Avowed's just, it's not even an RPG. The motherfuckers played like a few hours of it, and then they're making these grand statements about what genre it is. This is what's bothering me.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I agree with you, Farrakhan. Troy episodes are worse than Luoxana episodes. Troy episodes can be pretty rough. I don't really know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't want to blame it on Marina Sirtis, but like, she also kind of sucks in the last few years. Like, so maybe I just will. I don't know.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I just will. Although there was a great episode called, it's season 4, called Half a Life, where she falls in love, where Luoxana falls in love with a scientist from a world that is dying because their star is dying, but their society also requires every person to commit ritual suicide when they reach the age of 60. So then it becomes this whole like ethical thing where like she's trying to convince him to not go home and kill himself, and he's like, this is, you know, this is the world, this is my life, this is the world, blah blah blah. And interesting, there's a lady who comes on board the ship to talk to him, who is his daughter. The actress who plays his daughter is the lady that will go on to play Ensign Rowe beginning, I think, next season, season 5.
Oh my god, Anna Williams.
Shut the fuck up.
Here's the other thing about Avowed. It's on Game Pass. This is why I don't understand why people are being like making the stakes so high. It's on Game Pass.
I went to look at it. I thought it was on Game Pass, and I went to look, and it was not available for me to play on Game Pass.
Avowed?
Yeah.
Literally, I'm playing the Game Pass version, Nick.
What the
so I
fuck?
assure
Why?
you that
It
is
was
not
trying
true.
to charge me for it. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, whatever.
You're just not too familiar with Game Pass.
What are you talking about? I played through Indiana Jones, Atomic Heart, Starfield. Like I
Just
played
hit install. Install. I think it's next to the price.
You are talking to me like I'm a fucking child. What
But
are you
I'm
talking
not
about?
kidding you. I'm not kidding you. If you look
think
next to
Brad,
if you
what do you think I was trying to do?
you did try to install it.
Yes, I went to try and install it, and I was like, oh, I guess it's not on Game Pass. I guess I'm not going to play this right now. Which is fine, because at this point, that's why I decided to go play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 instead. And I think I'm happy
There's
with that
the
decision.
install button is right next to the buy
Thank you,
button
Brad, for
with
telling
the
me
price.
how... Thank you for mansplaining.
You're the one who was
Game Pass.
gaslighting me into it, saying it's not on Game Pass.
I don't know
bro.
what the circumstances are, Brad. I didn't say it wasn't on Game Pass. I said when I tried to go install it, it wouldn't let me do it without charging me for it. I don't know what the circumstances are. I'm just telling you that's what happened to me.
Well, there is. A
I
buy
didn't.
button.
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm saying when I went and did it, something was
You
fucked.
certainly can buy stuff that is on Game Pass, so it is
God,
possible
Brad.
that you pulled up. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. You definitely.
You are not agreeing with me. You're
clicked something that would pulled up a buy screen because you can do that.
motherfucker. You making me sound like I don't know how these fucking things
I
work.
open up Game Pass right now. Stream
Dude,
screen.
this
Stream
was
screen.
this was
Stream
like
screen.
4 days ago, Brad. I don't know if it's the same way anymore.
I'm
I'm not
looking
gonna
at
do
Game
that.
Pass right now.
Oh my god.
What was the question?
Well, this is pre-release.
I
Or
fucking
maybe it was
hate you
pre-release.
sometimes.
Wait, but you can go download.
Dude, all I'm saying is 4 or 5 days ago when I went to try and fucking install Avowed.
Was it not
avail-
out yet?
Yeah,
No, it was out.
wasn't out. It
Or
was
maybe it
out
wasn't out
for
yet.
the early access people who had.
See,
why.
that's probably
That's
what it
why.
was. That's
That's
probably
why.
what it was.
Officially launch until like the 18th. Or
Yeah,
something.
you could buy the upgrade to play it early
Okay,
because
then that's what
these
happened.
companies are terrible.
Then that's what
But
happened. I
it
know
is
how.
on Game
I know
Pass.
how to install a game on Game Pass. You fucking
I'm
asshole.
not saying you don't. We had to get there, otherwise it didn't make sense, Nick. But we got there. We got there. Right? I mean, that is what happened. We got there.
I have 4 games installed right now on Game Pass.
That is not. I have like 20. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you that I know how to use Game Pass. You make it sound like I don't know how to fucking use Game Pass. You were literally mansplaining how to use Game
That's
Pass.
not true.
The install button is right there next to the game. Like, shut the fuck up. I know shit works.
I was not in the wrong
here. You are digging your
Anna,
heels in
Anna
more.
Williams bangs. Anna's got some crazy bangs.
All right, I'm leaving because I got to get up in the morning early. So.
What? Nick, we all got to get up in the morning.
I've got a headache. I was up until fucking God knows when last night because I drank a coffee and stayed up to finish Metaphor. Got like 5 hours of sleep.
Oh, this fucking cuddling your anime pillow. That's why you couldn't get any sleep. That's Nick right now. But
I don't have an anime pillow, but I do actually have something. Oh no, it's not in here anymore. Fuck.
Yo, I
Never
love
mind.
Anna.
Anyways,
You have an anime pillow?
No, our at work we did a white elephant thing, and I just happened to get somebody brought a croissant pillow, like a body pillow shaped like a fucking croissant, and I was like, I guess I'll take the croissant pillow. So now it's floating around my fucking house. It's bizarre. Fuck. Anyways, the stream's broken now because Brad left because he's a douche canoe, and I'm cutting the stream. Bye, everybody. Bye, Crispy.
Bye, everybody.